Bake Michael.
Proper off the cuff. We're using some brand new equipment, the Ace Pro 2, with our brand new DJI mics.
Magnetic DJI mics.
Big up Andy PG.
Word to your nan.
So we're having a media night tonight. It's Wednesday night, which means we regularly meet for Peasantron. Right now, what time is it? What time is it, Michael?
It's 8:15.
Quarter to 8.
Quarter to 7. Quarter to 7.
Quarter to 7. At 8 o'clock, we are going live with Sean.
Is that live, is it? I didn't realise that was live.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
live
nice.
on Rumble. Live on Rumble
Right,
with Sean from UNN. He said he's been loving the content recently, invited us back on to chat about current events.
So he likes racism and Nazis and Jews and stuff
think
like
so.
that. He loves all that.
I looked at there was a couple of posts before they were going on about Finkelstein. Right.
Oh, Danny.
Andy PG, I've got some bad news, mate.
What?
We can't talk about Fuenteno anymore.
Why?
Not last week's show, the week before, has been taken down for hate speech off YouTube, and we've got an active warning for downplaying the significance of historical events.
Oh, no.
Yeah, absolutely. One sec, this takeaway has just arrived. Let me make sure the Empress is getting that. Let me just turn this off. It's off the cuff. 1, 2, 6 million.
Questionable 6 million.
So, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by that takeaway, I had to very quickly eat to get back to this story, is because we've featured Nick Fuentes, we've now got a warning on the YouTube channel. I've had to go through a new level of...
I'm so sorry, Lance.
A new level of Facebook re-education
I'm so sorry, mate.
about whether or not you can deny historical facts. So there was all these questions about 9/11 and people making claims about I had to do with that. I then had to try and edit the piece out. It was at 31 seconds. Then 2 minutes later, sorry, 36 minutes is another violation as well.
Another
They're saying, no, you
violation.
can't. You simply can't edit it out. Basically, you can't have Nick Fuentes. So yeah, no more.
So
Fuentes.
we're actually under attack by the Jews directly.
It's happened in the same week where Danny Finkelstein has commented on our Twitter because he's seen a clip
This
of us.
was literally yesterday.
Yeah, this happened
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. Danny Finkelbergerstein
Bergstein.
has directly commented and he said you had a silly haircut.
Oh yeah, he took the piss out of my haircut. No,
He called us tossers as well.
Last
That's
time
so English. That's such an
last
English
time I
thing.
checked, Finkelstein was bald. That's like a double amputee saying you skipped leg day. That insult just doesn't work, Finkelstein. Anyway, yeah, he called us both tossers. And some of his friends have said they've reported this to the ADL, to the police.
Really?
Literally, all we did was watch a Nick Fuentes clip. We didn't actually
No.
say anything about Finkelstein.
No.
We were merely laughing at Nick Fuentes, but apparently that's a hate crime.
A hate crime.
Yeah, people are
A
saying we've
hate
committed a hate crime on Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Right, anyway, so it's a media night. Let's look. I have made a schedule. Let's have a look over here. What have we got on the schedule here? Media night. Record behind the scenes video. Well, we're already doing that. Mini studio tour. Right, let me just flip the screen up so you can see there. Let's give you guys a little guided tour of the studio. Googling Danny Finkelstein.
Just gonna have a look at him. Like, this is the guy that's taking the piss out of us.
This is the guy that took
This
the piss
is
out of
it.
my hair.
This dude. Yeah.
So, as you can
look at this.
Right, so as you can see, Andy PG is sat at the console. We're trying to give you like a view of the studio and our equipment here that you might not normally get on YouTube.
Actually, sorry, shall I throw up something like that? Or like a...
Talk the Pesantrons through our control desk here. What have we got? What have we got?
This is my section over here. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've got my Finkelstein up at the moment.
This is his Finkel screen.
So my Finkel screen, yeah. I've obviously got the second screen here where I can share it and everything, and then Lance can easily see what's going on over there.
Tell me about the special little box down here.
This is a very special Michael Box computer system here of high level MI33.
Andy PG has his own computer, guys.
I do. I've got my colourful keyboard here. This is my Schwab's board. Schwab's board. A dual mouse here, which covers both computer systems. Obviously, the Queef Master here.
The legendary Queef Master.
So this is the Michael button. He. That is the bottom left. The magenta button is Michael there. And then we've got what else have we got? There's a bit of Mark Passio. And then if we move on over, we've got Michael's corner section here. He's got the laptop currently set up.
The laptop's the new edition.
Mission control.
Yeah, so basically, I've got
microphones. Obviously, you can reach right over here. It's very
we've got
handy.
microphones on extendable arms. My computer's down here, so we are running a 2-computer setup. These are my 2 screens. Here's my laptop. This is the newest edition. So this is like the main console, guys. Okay, so you've seen the desk. I'm now going to show you the famous Rise Above shelf, which sits in the corner of the studio. It's filled with artifacts, relics, Ramesh philosophy. Let's take a look what actually is on here. Okay, the Gosh sign keeps falling down. We need to get that up. So
I'll do that before the show. Michael, watch the.
Oh dear!
Whoa.
Oh no, I'm knocking all the lights over. Yeah, we'll leave this on. Put that one there.
Just watch the cable.
Okay, so I'll try and avoid that cable. Right, so from top to bottom, we've obviously got a nice selection of hats. We've got the Raw Academy hat here, a Make America Great Again, and a Dr. Kimchi hat. We thought we'd have 3 different flavours of Prime to represent the favourite drink of Clown World. And we've obviously got the Gosh sign there. If we go down to the next shelf, it starts to get a little bit more interesting. We have a whole host of Rise Above coasters. Little merchandise display there. Mark Devlin's book, a selection of different Rise Above mugs. Here's where it gets really interesting. We've got the Illuminati playing cards of Al Gore. And we've even got a Clinton and Al Gore presidential, what's the word, campaign badge.
Campaign badge, official.
These are given to us by members of the Ramesh community, including the Snow Globe. This is something I've just added to the shelf. If you just want to pan over here, Andy PG. This is a sealed copy. As you can see, it's sealed, never been opened. Of Xavier Renegade Angel, which I happen to think is one of the most outstanding pieces of occult work in the 21st century. This is so hard to come by. I paid £50 for this on the internet, and it's not even. I can't even watch it because it's only usable in another region, like America. You have to have an American DVD player. I've never opened it. This, if you know about this, you know about this. That's going back on the shelf. If we come down one shelf more, this is probably the most powerful artifact on the entire shelf. This is the Inspector. This is a very, very famous DMT pipe that has seen countless ounces of spirit molecule bun straight through this. It's so powerful. We even made its own stand. As you can see, it's engraved the Inspector. It's more of a ceremonial piece now. It can't be smoked anymore because it's just too precious.
Too powerful.
We've got some Dr. Kimchi coins. We've got a 3D printed rabbit. Again, these are artifacts given to us by the Ramesh community. This is this Elvis book with the Jimmy Savile advert in it. I can't find the exact page.
It's in there.
It's in there. We've got a bottle of Le Double L beer. That was my own beer we had commissioned.
Some White Rabbit there.
A White Rabbit. I've got the BKB mic hood there. And down on the bottom shelf,
Drop a shelf here.
we've got the General's hat.
Of course.
And we've also got the hat that we got from Serbia, the Serbian dictator
Sub
as well.
General's hat.
Yeah, and then down here, this is just a box of our promotional wares. We've got various stickers, coasters, Ryan Sanders CDs.
Everyone's favourite Christian rock rapper.
And this is what we give away, you know, when you guys get a bundle pack, basically.
Got some stuff here on the wall, Michael.
Oh yeah, okay. So I've got a selection of signed memorabilia: Wu-Tang Clan, LL Cool J. This is very special. This is a picture that was actually commissioned. I can't remember who commissioned it. I think it's Wu-Tang for the Children on Twitter. This was made in 2020, and it's actually all of the people that they thought were significant in the truther scene. There's people like David Icke on there, Mark Devlin stood right at the front, myself and Andy PG in the corner over here, Right Said Fred, Chris Sky, RFK Jr., Lucas Lyon. Obviously, I don't agree with all of the entries on
well,
here.
some of these people have been captured since this.
Yeah, some of these people are confirmed shills.
Was put together. Well, this is very important here, Lance. Do you want to talk about what's going on here
this is
in regards to Wim?
This is a very famous Wu-Tang album by Jizza called Beneath the Surface.
And what's Jizz's alias?
It's the Genius.
Yes.
The Genius. And basically, as you can see, there is a huge Genius symbol, Crater Earth, planted onto the earth, and I think, you know, with Vagium Theorem, this is probably quite significant. So we hang this on the wall, pride of place. While we're looking on the wall, go back over to the console here, PG.
Yeah.
This one is also very important. This was commissioned by Future Ghost, and it's called the Babylon Desire Factory. This is one of their memes. He signed it, we framed it, it's now in the studio.
You've got the 5G tower there at the top of the Tower of Babel.
A lot of people ask about this. What is this in the corner of the room? We call this the Octopus. This is actually a sound dampening device to catch the sound and make it sound nice and dull in the studio. Obviously the Crucible's over here.
The Crucible's going to have a little bit of work done on it this year in 2026.
Let's get some of these chairs out of the way. We haven't done a lot of music recently. Turn the lights around so you can see. We haven't done an awful lot of music recently, but when we do, this is where it's pumped out from in the corner of the room, the Crucible, whether we've got turntables, vinyl or CDJ. That's how we do it in the Rise Above studio, guys.
That's it. Word to your nan.
Andy PG said it's important to show the state of my chair.
This is Lance's aging with a chair. I must admit, right, it looks hideous, but it's fucking well comfy.
It is well comfortable.
Super comfy. This is my chair. If you remember, if you're a relic of Rise Above, you'll know in the start I didn't have a nice chair. I used to have to bring one of the wooden chairs in from the kitchen. We were doing like 6-7 hour streams occasionally. But Lance, after we sold a bit of merch, he did get me a nice new chair. But Lance has got his, and he's refusing to let go of it.
I think what we should do is buy a pair of new chairs to replace this, and these ones get pushed to the back.
These for guests.
And we'll get rid of this one, I think.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. But it is very
Chair
comfy.
politics inside the studio here at Rise Above HQ.
Locked.
Okay, so next thing on the planner was new sound effects. So that means new buttons for the Queef Master Pro. Andy PG says he's got a list of sounds that we need
Just
written
two.
down.
It's just two currently.
Got two at the moment.
We've only got time to put a couple on, so we're going to do a couple now.
So what we have to do is we have to find these sounds somewhere online, download a decent version of them, maybe edit them, clean them up a little bit, and then import them onto the Queefmaster, so you get to hear them like this. There's no magic cure. You can't just press a button and it makes the sound happen on the Queefmaster. You've got to work for this shit around here. Right, so PG's like, yeah, look, here's a 5-hour Nick Fuentes thing, and we're just going to get out the 10 seconds where he says Jewish bitch. And turn that in. And I was like, mate, have you not been listening to what I've been saying? You can't just have no context Fuentanol saying Jewish bitch on the thingy. Unfortunately, that's definitely going to get us taken down.
Okay. I've got another one. We'll see if Michael will allow it.
Ideally, it needs to come from a short clip, not from a 2-hour podcast.
Okay, yeah, it's from the same podcast.
How's that? That's quite a cool view.
That was it.
What does it say?
Hey, wait.
The media, of course we do.
Yeah.
Smarter. You know, they're so tough. They say stuff like that.
No.
And then you go, hey, the Jews run the media.
Here
They
you
go,
go.
wait, it's another Holocaust. Ban everybody.
We can't have that. We can't have that.
Oy vey, it's another Holocaust. Ban everybody. Why can't we have that?
We can't have it.
That's
Do you know,
such a good
do you
button.
know what we were going to get? The Mario or Sonic ka-ching noise. Ka-ching.
Yes, yeah, for dollar.
Right, so, all right, that's not going to be difficult to get. I'll leave the camera running. This is how we make something happen on the Queefmaster Pro. We're going to try and do this in real time. Okay? So,
This ashtray's not good for a table.
what? That's not a good ashtray. What
No,
do you
no,
mean?
for the shape for here.
Ah, right, okay.
It's too long.
So if I'm going to go to YouTube for this. What do we reckon? Is it a Mario coin sound or a Sonic ring sound?
Lance has
that we
shut me
want
down.
for Queefmaster? What are we saying?
There's 2 sounds I wanted to put on our Queefmaster Pro to have
Every
buttons
time
and
I
he's
go onto
disallowed
YouTube,
them.
it just goes straight to
One's
Shapiro's
Nick
thing. Why does
Fuentes
it do
saying
that?
Jewish bitch.
I really don't want to see it.
And the other
every time I
one's
turn on YouTube.
him doing his Jewish voice. Saying, Oy vey, it's a
What
Holocaust.
is
Quick
going
ban
on?
everyone.
Right, let's try Sonic
But Lance like, no, we can't do that.
Sonic Ring SFX.
Papa said no. Daddy said no. So, yeah.
That's quite a good one. Did you hear that, guys? What about this? That's when he loses the ring.
It needs to be. I know what we. I know what.
What about the Mario
No, hang on.
sound? Mario coin sound.
What about this, Michael? What about the Monzo sound?
Mario coin sound effects.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Cool as fuck.
Yeah, that's it. Right. So what do we need? We need to download. We need to get a YouTube audio downloader. YouTube video downloader. We'll try this one. So then we just get this coin sound URL. We copy it. We put it into here. Hopefully this works. Sometimes it doesn't. Download that. Yeah. Seems to be gay. Is it going to work? We're about to find out. Yes, we've got it. We've got the sound. So let's have a look at that sound on its own. Because more often than not, we might need to tweak it a little bit to make it good. Right, so we've isolated it now. We've got the sound that we want. But what did you just say on the reverb?
So if you turn the decay down there,
So this is how technical we're getting on this one sound. Turn the decay down.
just a touch.
You hold this so the people then can see what we're doing. So
Just
studio reverb at
Decay.
decay.
Just turn it down a touch. Bit more than that.
Just have a listen, one sec. It's quite nice.
Turn that down, and then if you go to width.
What the width of
Yes. So
the
now go to width, and turn that up a little bit.
okay, this is where we get really technical. This is the Mario coin sound. Why does it sound farty at the end?
Yeah, well, we want to cut it off at the end. Like if you can.
What you mean, like hit like that?
Yeah,
I know what you mean. So we need to go boom,
have you got some kind of automation?
boom, like that, and then we take the level of that little one down there,
Yeah, that's it.
like
So
that,
it
and
fades out
and then maybe
rather
we
than
put
cuts off
a Bezier on it like that,
That's
like a
it.
little Bezier, Michael.
to curve it, make it softer. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I think we can now export that as a wave in, out, export. We'll call this Mario Kaching.
Just call it ka-ching,
Okay. This
however you spell that.
I know exactly how to spell it. Kerching, Kaching. And we need to make it into a WAV file, a WAV file, because that's all. Is that WAV file?
Well, from audio, yeah, it should be.
Yeah, WAV. Okay, export. It's done. So now, if I go to the Queef Master Pro technology, where is it?
Queef Tech.
Oh, here it is. So we want to replace this one, don't we?
Yeah, we want to move Traumatic over because he didn't get back to us.
Yeah. So we
He's
need to go
coming off
down
of
to
panel 2.
D. Oh no, Fast Terry. I've got so many different hard drives. So it's going to be Kaching. Why does it not look like it's there? That's weird. C uses L1 drive documents. Oh, why has it gone to there? That's very weird.
Double L docs.
C one drive.
Triple D.
I need to look again. Export. It shouldn't be going to there. That's why. Let's put it on downloads.
Cheese weed's very nice, Michael.
It's very nice.
flavoursome.
Yeah, right. We'll download that one again. Boom. Now we go back over here. We go downloads. There it is. No? Yeah. Why is it called YT down?
Why is it called YT down, Michael?
I don't know. We'll change it. Kaching.
Down syndrome. YT down. No, it's gone back.
What?
It's not having it.
What the fuck? Why is it called YT down?
Yeah.
There we go. And there you have it, guys. A new sound on the Queef Master Pro. That's how we do it. After much deliberation and discussion, Andy PG has convinced me that we should have this button. Oh, is it on there now? Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah. I
It's on
don't see
there.
anything wrong with that.
It's on there.
It is a traditional Germanic song. Yeah? There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, so we got some new buttons sorted for the Queef Master. I've gone through the running order for our presentation with Mark Devlin with Andy PG. He now knows what gaps he's got to fill. We're just doing last minute prep before we go live with UNN.
Yeah.
Someone on Peasantron goes, UNN, aren't they funded by the Black Cube organisation? I was
No,
like,
that's CNN.
yeah, that's it. No, they thought it was Avi Yemeni. I was like, no, that's Rebel News.
it's Rebel
No, these guys are all right. These guys are all right. They've only got 5,000 subscribers.
We've been on their show, we've been on their network twice on two different shows.
Yeah, with two different presenters. I think it's Sean that's invited us back on tonight. Anyway, big up all the Peasantron gang. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes view. Walk around the studio, getting to see a little view that you never see. Hope it was interesting to see what we've got here on the special shelf. If you're lucky and you win something in a live show, you'll get something off this shelf. Word to you now, Andy PG.
Word.
The battery on this is at 33%. I had to just record this. We're just looking at the comments. Look. Oi, vey. So
Oi, vey.
we were wondering, like, what can we say on this show? Like, looking at the comments, we should be fine. We should be fine. I like this back behind the scenes cam. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, we'll make this a more regular feature. So, Matt,
Yeah.
it's been. I looked back on YouTube, right, because I said this is the third time you've been on the show. It's actually been 5 months since we last spoke to you. So I guess, like, all things considered, probably a good way to start off the chat with you is let's have a recap about what weather events and what crazy shit has gone down, since we last chatted, because the things that we were talking about on the last couple of appearances, they haven't gone away.
No, they've only gotten worse. Last time that we came on, we were talking about the hurricanes that were acting very
That's right.
abnormal, and people were waking up to, like, a lot of people in the world were waking up to weather engineering just because of a couple hurricanes that did things that they never do, like go into the mountains and then flood out certain communities. Certain communities seem to have a bullseye on their head. But since then, a lot has happened. The fires in LA were a big awakening for a lot of people, especially myself. I had been through fires in a town that I lived in. Where I live now, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, but we got some crazy fires in the middle of the day, crazy engineered winds, smart meters seemingly exploding and whatnot. And when the firemen showed up, the hydrants were all empty, just like in Lahaina, Maui, just like in Paradise or Palisades. Probably in Paradise as well, California, but Palisades, LA, like LA just got this crazy facelift since we last talked. And what I started learning was I consulted this firefighter because I'm working on Frankenskies 2. I'm working on a sequel film from my first film that came out in 2018. So check that out, frankenskies2.com. Hopefully I can get that cranked out in the next year because it is coming together. But I consulted this firefighter and showed him the wreckage of the fire, which a lot of the low-income neighborhoods are still just rubble from 4 or 5 years ago. They're still just unbuilt rubble. They're not in any rush to rebuild like low-income homes. You know what I mean? So those people just get pushed out of the community, really, is what happens, because it's not affordable for them to live here anymore because they don't have their opportunities for housing. But what I started to learn is the lithium batteries. So this is all part of the New World Order Agenda 2030 and whatnot. So it's very important to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and especially being the chemtrails guy, and I'm an EMF kind of guy as well. The chemtrails, it's like this octopus hydra with all these tentacles and all these little facets of the different aspects that are attacking us. Like fluoride is connected to it, and the farming, and all these different things, aluminum resistant genetic seeds and what have you. And the chemtrails play a big part in all of it, especially with the fires. They're spraying fire accelerants. Whenever you guys get a break in the UK from chemtrails and you have shorter trails, it's because they're spraying barium. They're spraying fire accelerants to get these fires going, because that's part of the big agenda. Point finger fires and say it's because of global warming and whatever, and we need to be, and pushed into smart cities and whatnot and away from the trees. Really, the chemtrails is a big play in it. But I learned during the LA fires that these lithium ion batteries are a big player in this whole agenda. And I ended up having a post go super viral. It got featured on a bunch of big shows, including the show called Redacted. I don't know if you know this one.
Yeah, I know.
Big show in the States, and they got a hold of my post.
It's Israeli Shield Fest.
Yeah, no joke. No, it really is. I didn't even know about it, and then I started following them, and I was they're completely controlled. But I got 5,000 followers immediately, and they're all shite. All the followers were absolutely shite because I started talking smack, and then they all disappeared. I got 5,000 followers, and then they all disappeared overnight, the next day when I was talking bad about how absurd the new administration is over here with RFK and Trump and Elon Musk and what have you. But these smart meters, they have batteries in them that are lithium ion batteries, and these lithium ion batteries are being used all over for this new green bullshit energy thing. Bullshite. Sorry, it's a new word now. So I patented that word. That's my creation, bullshite.
I like it.
So then, yeah, right. It's all right. It merges two continents. So what's going on is we have electric vehicle car fires, and they're burning so hot nobody knows what to do about them because they have these ruptured lithium ion battery cells going nuts, and they burn up to 4,000 degrees Celsius, something insane. Firefighters can't put them out, and they have to literally close the road and wait for these things to burn themselves out. There's stories of them actually taking down a whole concrete parking garage because one Tesla lights up. I've seen and watched videos and stories of people's e-bike, like bicycles that run on these lithium-ion batteries. The batteries can rupture and then cause these crazy fires. And then if there's ever flooding, water in contact with lithium batteries actually makes things explode. And there's a video I found of someone taking apart just a little AA like battery that's lithium, and then they put it in water and it just explodes. It's just an explosion. So lithium touching water is an explosion, and that's a whole thing. And so starting to learn about this and the fact that there's this thing called thermal runaway, where the batteries, once they heat up, I'm just going to do it all in Fahrenheit. Sorry. So 140 degrees Fahrenheit is like a really, really, really hot day. But either way, if the batteries get to be 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 30 Celsius, maybe a little more, they have this thing called thermal runaway. Well, they'll just start to get really, really, really hot. And I believe what happened when the whole first we were just not we first the military industrial complex was in Gaza. But then when they went to Lebanon, there's this whole like pagers exploding thing. And then if you did the research, also walkie-talkies, is also cell phones and stuff. And I think that it wasn't necessarily pagers like they say. I think that they were utilizing their technology to direct energy at these lithium-ion batteries that are in cell phones. Each cell phone can like explode on demand if they wanted to, because it's got these lithium-ion batteries in it, which is the whole thing, right?
So let me just stop you there. Let me just stop you there, because the narrative was that along the way, those pagers had been intercepted and had little bits of explosive put in them, right? So, but what you're saying is that in itself could be a red herring, because if what you're saying is correct, just the battery, which is an integral part of the pager, is the bomb. And they can actually be activated without tampering with them at all. They can be activated remotely. Yeah,
exactly.
Wow.
They can be activated remotely, and if you look at the narrative as it evolved, day one out of Lebanon, it was we just made all these pagers blow up because of the intelligence, and they were able to track these pagers for like a year, which is insanity.
Was it Hezbollah? It was Hezbollah, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Hezbollah,
yeah. But then the next day they started saying computers and solar powered panel battery stations at homes. So, and phones. And so phones, computers, solar battery banks, these are all lithium ion batteries, and they can have this thing called thermal runaway, just like the cars. And it's by design, right? So I started extrapolating that, and I'm like, wow, this is like a weapon that they've created, and they've got everybody carrying these things around in their pocket, and they can superheat them, make them explode on them. It's not that they were able to track. I mean, the official story is that the pagers were intercepted in Turkey in like January, and then 8 months later they had followed them around, and now they're like, they didn't even know they were going to be in the conflict. It's like, give me a break. You didn't even know you were going to be in this conflict, but you decidide to intercept all these pagers and put explosives in them. Like, give me a break. I highly doubt that's even.
Just Matt, on a little side note, I've got so many articles up here on the other computer of iPhones. I've just done an iPhone. There's so many stories of them being on charge on the kitchen counter, exploding. iPhone just caught fire whilst was charging on the bed. Ohio, fucking everywhere. There's loads of articles about it. So these lithium batteries, which we know are contained.
Hey, I saw a video the other day of in the middle of like a transatlantic flight. People in a big jumbo jet. People were chucking drinks up into the overhead locker because someone's phone up there and the battery had caught on fire.
Because they're telling you're not allowed to pack anything with a lithium battery in hold luggage that goes in a hold.
And here's the other thing: when they check you, because I used to fly to Asia a lot, when you go through the biggest airport in Asia, which is Bangkok, they check you for your battery pack, and there is a limit to how many milliamps your battery pack can be before it gets confiscated. Guess what it is? 33,000.
Nice.
33,000 milliamps.
So I think the point to take away from this is, if something like an iPhone or a walkie-talkie or a pager can have an explosive battery in it, why wouldn't the Israeli intelligence work out a way to make that remotely explode if they wanted to individually?
Yeah.
I'm sure it could be done in this day and age we live in. And then Matt's talking now about smart meters in homes. I know where you're going with this, Matt. Carry on.
No, yeah, right. It's pretty clear, but the technology is pretty self-evident if you look at it for what it is. And then even when I go to the post office and I mail something, if it's not ground, if it's actually going to go in the air, they make me press a button that says that it doesn't have any lithium-ion batteries in it of any size. I'm not allowed to mail lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah, because again, any mailed artifacts would be going into the hold of a cargo plane. Yeah,
at the bottom of a bag of mail.
Yeah, just with loads of shit on top of it.
Loads of paper and stuff.
Yeah, all sorts.
Right. So in the States, we have smart meters like crazy. I know in the UK, they're trying to really roll them out, and it's a different story. What's actually really cool in the UK, which I know it's like we're all enslaved under this boot, and it's all bullshit. It's absolute bollocks, right? But another word I love, which I can't even say that over here. People are like, what the fuck did you just say, Matt?
What is bollocks?
Yeah, they say you've been in England too long, bro. And they make fun of me, but it's fascinating because these lithium-ion batteries are on the sides of everyone's homes in the smart meters. So in UK, there's a lot of different power companies, which is really cool. I think that's great. Where we live in the States, it's usually just one option. You have like some monopoly, like in California, it's PG&E, like the whole state. And so you don't really get the option of like, oh, I'm going to switch companies, or, oh, this company will let me get an analog meter, or they don't really have tabs on you as much. Like here, they know whether or not you have the old meters or not because there's only one company and they're pushing it really hard. Yeah, and they're coming to your house, like switching them out in the middle of the night without you even knowing. So people don't really realize that the utility meter on your home that measures your electricity, they come and look at, and they give you the bill, that's becoming digitized so that they don't have to come look at it anymore. And then it just sends a radio wave frequency every like 5 seconds, which is predatory. These things are evil if you look into it. But I'm just talking about the fire aspect, okay? So they send a microwave signal out every 5 seconds, like the strength of like a cell tower, blasting a signal telling the power company what you're doing. If you've got a light on or whatever, if you got a night light in the middle of the night, everyone needs to know every 5 seconds, right? It's actually crazy weird, but it's just the surveillance state being established. So each one of these smart meters is attached to the internal wiring of your home, copper, conductive, convective wiring that the electricity goes through. So it's convective in that heat can transfer through it, and it transfers the electricity through your whole house because the wiring, obviously, the electricity goes through it. So if the smart meter on your home is attached to the electricity on the main line, and if this thing fries and then the battery in the meter heats up, then you've got it ramps up to like the thermal runaway. I've looked it up in all these sources. It's about 3,000 degrees Celsius, which is really, really hot. So it heats up to like super, super, super hot. And then it heats up the entire insides of the house, burning the house from the inside out, like heating up the internal wiring of the home. And so you're like got this weaponization of neighborhoods where these fires are just out of control and burning so hot. And they're going down the line, surging smart meters down the line. And then the firemen are showing up in the even situations where the hydrants are empty. So I had people reaching out to me, and this is a very wild puzzle piece, and then we can move on from this one. Years ago, I had ex-military people reaching out to me, two different chaps, right? Two different guys, two blokes, right? From different, paths. And they had reached out to me on different occasions with their military spec infrared goggles, right? So like night vision goggles that are military spec. And they're showing me the smart meters in their neighborhood each had individualized infrared designation flickers on them that you could only see with the military spec goggles. So invisible to the naked eye, each smart meter has this little flicker that's a fingerprint that's not identical to any other one. So it's very unique. And in wartime, this is used. The friendlies have them on their helmets, and they put the unique flicker on their targets as well for like a laser strike. So they know who to hit and who to not hit based on this unique flicker that's in an infrared spectrum that's invisible to the naked eye. So each smart meter has this. So if you were the boogeyman, the trigger word, the military industrial complex, whatever, whoever's behind all this, and you wanted to go into a neighborhood that already has fires approaching it because of this engineering, like the weather is engineered. That's a whole story. And if you don't know that, just watch my movie. And that's backtracking because we're kind of like down the rabbit hole right now. But the winds are directed towards the city. And then we've got like hurricane freaking winds, like towards towns and cities that they want to clear out for smart cities or whatever it may be. And then fires are lit on the ground from arsons or precipitating lightning or whatever they do to light the fires. You know, that's another story. But as the fires are lit downwind and the fires are traveling, yeah, great photos. The fires are traveling towards these cities. The firemen show up like they're going to do something, but then these smart meters are surging remotely, just like they surged the pagers and the smartphones and the laptops and the solar power battery stations in Lebanon. Same exact tech. I mean, where do you think Israel got that tech? Like, we work in conjunction with them, right?
And that is exactly why Rabbi Shmuley is piloting the aircraft in the thumbnail for the show.
Did you notice the thumbnail for the show, Matt? Sorry, I've just got to go back.
Matt, are you aware of Rabbi Shmuley? Do you know who this character is?
No, I don't really keep up. Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
He's quite literally the most disgusting individual on the planet at the moment.
Mate, we had great fun making this thumbnail on, Wednesday night? Yeah, Rabbi Shmuley.
So, Matt, I'm just going to stop you there because there's a lot to unpack with what you just said. Lance got a few images up.
I need to reload a bit. That's a
segue. What Matt just said there in his very last bit is a segue. Matt, I've got a question on my smorgasbord written down here for you. It says, who is exactly responsible for all of this? And you mentioned the same tech is being used to do this in the West as it was in Lebanon by we all know who. We call them the little hats here on the show. You can just go ahead and call them that if you like.
Yeah.
So is that the people that is actually responsible for this? The same people that blew up the pages in Lebanon?
Well, we could do a whole show on the WHO. I mean, there's a new world order at hand in Agenda 2030.
I think just to speed things up, pretty much all of our viewers are aware of the new world order and that kind of thing. I'm actually trying to get down to the nuts and bolts of who's actually behind this. It's a clear land grab, which I think we've discussed before on the show. And I know you've been talking about. So that's what I'm getting at is who's actually running the nuts and bolts behind all this.
It would be the sustainability, like fucktards that come together and plan all this shit out. Like the military industrial complex is definitely at hand because this is like top secret technology type thing. I mean, NASA also, the Department of Energy, like the Department of Energy's in on it full on. Like they're the ones putting the smart meters on the homes and they know exactly what they're doing. And they have a full on chemtrail program and they're in cahoots with the mainstream media they're blaming themselves for global warming, right? So they're like, oh yeah, these neighborhoods burned down. It's our fault from oil and coal. And then they know that it's going to be told the solution is geoengineering, dimming the sun, and they have already that planned out. They're already doing it. They're already funding it. So it's very, very deep. But it's like there's a document called the Tropospheric Aerosol Program from the Department of Energy that came out right before 9/11. 2001, they started spraying the skies. They allocate $5.5 million to detection aversion, not getting detected, and risk assessment. So they're trying to figure out how to not get caught with $5 million budget just in 2001 when they launched this program. But like the Department of Energy, Stranger Things is a great great show. And then in there they demonize it, and it's kind of like a disclosure. But it also, when you get to the normies and you're like Department of Energy, they're like, oh, look in Stranger Things. And it's like, actually, yes, that is it. It is it. But it's like they're doing this whole problem reaction solution, saying, oh, sorry, we've created the problem through fossil fuels, but we've got the solution for you. It's enslavement. You're welcome. You know what I mean? So that's the WHO in the short. Yeah.
I want to rewind to what you were saying about smart meters because you've sort of dropped a bomb there which hasn't really been given its dues. Because when people were looking at
its dues,
when people were looking at photos like this or like this, for example, and were making, people that were paying attention, Matt, they were making the very obvious comments is, why are the houses completely destroyed while there are still trees that are green? The road isn't even scorched, etc., etc. And obviously a lot of people, including ourselves, were talking about directed energy weapons. But what you've just put on the table is actually, I'm going to say it, it's actually a lot more feasible. It's a lot more plausible, and it makes a lot more sense. that's the reason that you can have a wildfire.
Or it's both.
Well, it could, yeah. The most likelihood it could be both, but I mean for the particular reason that you can pretty much vaporize a house but leave a tree green. Where if the fire's going to jump from across the street, it should be hitting this this tree here.
I mean, I will just say that some trees hold an incredible amount of moisture, which would act as some protection.
Yeah,
but I would imagine that the heat required to incinerate all of these buildings would be so intense that would override any moisture which is in a tree. I don't know. I'm not an expert on tree
and one
moisture.
thing I think it's
and
important.
Fire retardantness.
One thing I think it's important to point out with this cross-Atlantic cultural difference is that in England we assume that everyone builds houses like we do in England out of bricks and stone.
No.
In America,
in
the States, there's a lot of wood.
Yeah.
I'm not incorrect here, Matt. So that these houses being completely evaporated, you wouldn't necessarily need a jumbo jet with some sort of directed laser to do this, like precision going ding, 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 shooting them all. It would be a lot easier.
Plus, you would have thought there would be footage of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying there isn't footage of laser beams coming from the sky. I'm sure everyone's seen those on YouTube.
But imagine if in a massive wildfire you then press the button to activate all the small thermonuclear devices that are in everyone's
It
meter
does
in
make
their
more
house.
sense because you think about it. When I'm talking specifically about the California wildfires of recent here, there was so much media coverage, footage, peasants filming it. It was filmed everywhere. Someone would have got loads of laser beams come down from the sky if they wanted to demolish the entire amount of area they did. It does sound more feasible to me that they're doing it this way.
And that's how you can get a whole neighborhood. Go on, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people got excited about the directed energy weapon story. I too, at first, jumped down that rabbit hole. But then after a while, I noticed a few things. Number one, it was getting way too much attention. It was going viral on every single platform. TikTok, everybody was letting it get millions and millions. It was all over everything. And it's very fear-based. And think about, so whenever these things come out, you got to wonder, am I getting psyoped? Am I getting psyoped? And just take the narrative and tell it, like pretend like you're telling it to a normie. Laser beams are coming down from the sky. It doesn't do anything for you. It makes you look like a nutter, which is another word that I really like.
A nutter.
And then when you come back to them later on and you're like, also, you shouldn't be drinking fluoride and you should this and that, and don't wear the mask.
It's not doing you any favors. It's not doing you any favors.
No. And what psyops oftentimes do is they hide the truth as well through showing a bit of the truth, right? So no, there weren't lasers, boom, 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 boom. But a lot of people believe that, and that's so dismantling. Like if they could actually do that and get away with that, that would be so scary.
Check this out, Matt. Check this out.
Yeah.
Right. You know the blue roof, the blue color thing that was going.
And
around?
that shite too, yeah.
Imagine. Do you remember all of the stuff that was blue, like trash cans, cars? Stuff. They all looked pretty brand new to me. They did look like pretty fresh. There was not even any scorch marks and anything. So maybe all they did was get someone to drive through, put a few blue things amongst the wreckage, take some pictures,
the last big
and then
fire,
put that out into the peasants.
Where was the last big fire? I think it was in California again, yeah. And there was this news story that afterwards, the only thing that survived was this completely blue Volkswagen. Yeah. And they were even.
And that was all in the mainstream. Yeah. And that's definition taking the piss, right? Because the mainstream knows that there's another psyop too, because they're all in cahoots, right?
It's conspiracy bait.
Yeah, and they want to take the piss and be like, and get everyone thinking that they're getting clowned and be like, oh, the mainstream media knows, right? But really, they're making fun of us and adding fuel to that. That could have been photoshopped in. That could have been staged. That could have been CGI. Like, you don't know. But that blue roof thing even made the truthers sound even crazier, because there's this divide and conquer. Like, what's the end game? It's like, it's very deep and spiritual, and we'll get into that later. I think we're going to, about like transhumanism and what their end game is. But what they need is people not recognizing the truth for what it is and only listening to authority and only believing the official narrative and not trusting their own discernment, not asking questions and not getting like involved, right? Like not literally going within their gut and being able to discern it on their own. Just believe in the mainstream. And so there's one narrative, laser beams coming from the sky, nothing blue is going to get hit. It's like, come on. Okay, first of all, how much do you think a laser beam freaking drone costs? And how much money and research goes into that? You think that Northrop Grumman and Raytheon is going to build some like stealth laser that can blow up neighborhoods and just accidentally make it can't hit blue things? Like, give me a effing break. That is just like, that's just literally, that is just taking the piss and getting the conspiracy theorists to gobble up something because it's
a tiny hat psyop.
Right, and it's like
we were gobbling that right up. We were talking about it on the show.
Yeah, but everyone was, and we have to cover what's going on in the world. That's what we do half the time.
Everybody was,
and it
was
worth
very
looking
well
into. And don't forget, guys, there was actual videos put out on Instagram and stuff of little handheld lasers that were killing, like burning through other colours, but not blue.
Someone showed the light spectrum and showed that particular blue, the number for it was 666. Or,
that's right.
Or it broke down to Lucifer or something like that.
All of this shit.
Really?
I saw videos of people in China. I saw fake videos of people in China, and the whole town painted their roofs blue. I saw so many things psyop. But what the truth of the matter is there's likely a drone that's going through with directed energy kind of stuff, just like they did in Lebanon, heating up these smart meters, making them surge. So they're surging electricity from the main line. So they're getting this surge of electricity through the smart meter and the heat. So it's like burning these homes from the inside out, pulverizing them from the inside out with massive heat and electricity, with electrical fires and massive heat. And that would make these footprints of dustified homes with pine trees standing right next to them, right? It makes a lot more sense. And if you start to look at the math and the science, it actually adds up. There's lithium ion batteries that can surge and heat, and then that fries the surge protectors. And that makes so much more sense. And it makes sense because they have to tell you, it seems, karmic disclosure or whatever it is.
And Matt, all the better if somebody's got a Tesla parked in the garage or the driveway.
I'm sorry?
All the better if someone's got a Tesla parked in the garage or the driveway, because then you're going to get that go up as well.
Right, and they've got the electrical vehicle surging or what have you, and then you've got fire that looks like maybe someone came through. So here's the deal. Like, whenever we're like chomping at the bit, like something happened, whatever information comes to us first will pave this like mental pathway. Like, oh, that must be it. It connects the dots. And then our egos get involved. Oh, we've got this gem that we get to share with others. You know what I mean? But when it's going viral and it's got hundreds of millions of views, you have to start to question, why is this being like conveyed the way that it is?
And then Joe Rogan starts talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Did he? Then that's a real red flag if he did. Yeah. I hate that guy. He's horrible, in my opinion. So that happened. And then also along with that, we've got intensified flooding, twister tornadoes in the States, flooding just like constantly happening now. Australia just got this 1 year worth of rain, like in one day, a couple of days ago. All very obviously engineered with crazy NextRad coming up on the radar imagery and stuff like that. But the world is waking up, and it's the entire push for this new world order agenda, which is climate change is the boogeyman, and we have to do something to save you. And if you look at the sustainability like goals, they're all kind of like nonsense, except for number 13. It's got the climate action. It's got this evil eye over the globe, and it's all contingent upon people believing the lie that is climate change is our fault, which is basically the climate is changing, but it's being geoengineered, and they're only making these heat waves and droughts and certain trigger things so that they can blame us to push these narratives. So they're engineering these certain things. As we know, they'll engineer a heat wave, they'll engineer a drought, they'll engineer a flood, and then they'll point the finger at that event and say, well, look, there's global warming, climate change here. We have to do these certain things, like maybe do climate change lockdowns. There's talk about that now, but especially like the ULEZ and the LEZ, LEZ, low emission zones, and the 15-minute cities. And then now we've got out of Australia, I don't know if you know, they're testing having carbon labeling. So all the food in Australia now is going to have a carbon label. Like, how much carbon did it take for this bag of coffee or banana to get to you. And if the banana came from South America, you better believe it had to travel a lot, and it's going to have this carbon rating, which will eventually be like wrapped up into some social credit carbon-based system.
Michael, don't believe me? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Go study history. Go study history. Politicians, professors, and scientists, controlled by some rioters. Through 2 world wars, they've been trying it. Corporate investment, no matter who the finalists. Don't believe me? Go study history. Check the activity of bloodline dynasty. Sumer, Egypt, and Rome. Consistently pan-European imperial misery. World conflicts enact social change, so they want it. But we must abstain, acquiesce, and you're in for a world of pain. A workhouse where you dream of a minimum wage. That's the plan, but it's closer than you think. We'd be there now if it wasn't for the cosmic shift. They're panicking, the game is up. It's all illusion, the only truth is love. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? This goes deep cause they rewrote the history books. You can't quote how the real history looks. Empires thrive from the lands they took. We're in the same boat, it's kept afloat by crooks. Been the same way for more than 1,000 years. There's no love here, all you're allowed is fear. Break through the clouds so the sky is clear. Satanic whispers hidden in the sounds of prayers. Dark suits, cold hearts, no empathy. Fill positions of power in our embassy. Stone circles and burning effigies. Chanting mantras to bring forth energies. Secret meetings that map out our destinies. Hooded figures, manifest entities. Pollute our minds so we got no memory. For centuries helplessly trapped by the treachery. Don't believe me? Obelisks and illuminated torches. Landmarks of malevolent forces. Sorcerers aim to contain your mind state. Open your eyes where you're already blind, mate. You want the truth, better ask and why. Your worldview got squeezed through a needle's eye, and here's the proof. They extinguish lives, conflicts built on evil lies, no surprise. We don't know of no agenda, disguised from the light from the moment you enter. Survival of flight, you're a lifelong member. That's right, since they sliced the placenta. Now, welcome to the slave race. Very few will ever find out how the game's played. Unless you wake up, keep on playing it. They look at me and think, why is he saying it? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Go study. Don't believe me? Go study history. Go study history.
Right, so back to Big Pharma Gates.
The producer's sitting here.
She's knitting
away in the studio.
I turned the camera around, but she'd lose it if I did. She don't want to be on camera. Right, so we're talking about Big Pharma Gates. We know him as a guy that shoved needles in little kids' arms, but he's much, much more than that. He's in bed with the World Economic Forum. He's in bed with the Wellcome Trust. And the Wellcome Trust, in case you didn't know, is the Crown, is Serco, is Rothschild, is Purbright, is Rockefeller. Okay? But let's face it, when we're talking about this, all of these think tanks, all of these groups, all of these agendas, they always come back to one thing, or 17 things. The 17 sustainable goals of UN Agenda 2030. And I hate to beat the same old drum. For people that get really annoyed with me on Facebook, I've been talking about UN Agenda 2030 for well over 10 years. I've been talking about how all of the nefarious things that are happening in the world to do with taking away our rights in the guise of saving the environment are all to do with this. And everything that we're talking about today is all to do with this. In the Guardians, if you're still there, I'm sure that you would agree. But whether we're talking on a physical or metaphysical level, I look at this as the 17 deadly aspects of soul harvesting, in my opinion. They look like, this is going to be great, but there's another agenda at play, in my opinion.
Yeah, these I've got a word for it. It's horizontalists.
Horizontalists.
Yeah,
this is a new one. I like it.
Like I said, we need to have a new language to actually describe the landscape that we're now looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. So look at what we've got here, right? So no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being. So that's three ticks already for Health Chancellor and Big Pharma Gates. Education. I'm sure we could do a whole show about how he's getting into education as well through Microsoft. Gender equality. I know he touches on that. He's not big in it. Clean sanitation and water. Last week we were showing.
I wonder why he's doesn't speak up so much about
the There's too many questions to ask.
Yeah.
But clean sanitation and water. He was in that drinking the glass of water made out of human feces. We showed that last week. Clean energy. He's in right. So what we're talking about is literally intrinsic to these 17 sustainable development goals. And if you're a normie or an NPC or someone that simply hasn't been given the knowledge, this sounds great. This is philanthropy. I hate that goddamn word. Philanthropic to its highest degree. This is 17 aspects of saving the world. Big up Magix. Welcome back to the stream. But anyone that's got their head screwed on, in my opinion, can look at this for what it is. They can read in between the lines. These are so vague, so hopelessly vague. The implication of these things here could literally be anything. And when you've got the people that are applicating these as we have, what do you expect to happen? What do we expect?
It can only go one way.
How you doing, Magix? Can we have a sound test?
Yo, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, sounding good. No echo as well. So
How's
I'm glad you popped in now. Yeah, we're doing good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good man, good.
Great work that you've done this week, Magix, by the
you've
way.
done some amazing work
I've
this
been
week.
deep down some rabbit hole this week. Wow.
Oh well, mate, you're deep down the rabbit hole every week. We have to grab you by your feet and pull you out sometimes, mate.
You did tonight, literally.
I was like, stop rabbit holing right now. It's 1 hour to show time. There's nothing more we can squeeze into this presentation. Stop it. And when you see these spider diagrams that he's come up with for the end of my presentation, before we hand over to Inner Guardians for half an hour, it'll be like, whoa, the information is condensed into one spider diagram. It's mental. Right. So the other person that's big on the sustainable development goals of the UN Agenda 2030 is Lord Sausage Fingers right here. Our good old friend Lord Sausage Fingers, the red-faced, cloven-hoofed executioner of the Soviet Union and the New World Order. He's got so many plans to save humanity. Good old Lord Sausage Fingers. He just cannot wait to save people all around the world, whether it's in the West, in Africa, in India. Okay, sorry.
They want to sort their own affairs out.
Yeah. Next up, fake meat. Let's go in on the fake meat thing, okay? And let's just put this to bed. Bill Gates Foundation quietly cashed out Beyond Meat stock before its epic crash. This is from 2019. So this is exactly 1 year, almost to the day, before the onslaught of the Soviet Union. Look at that for synchronicity, guys. The 12th of March 2019, after doing this massive pump into Beyond Meats, he does the epic dump. So let's get into it. Just 3 months ago, plant-based meat producer Beyond Meat was the absolute darling of this year's otherwise disappointing IPO market. Its shares, priced at roughly $25 on the IPO day, skyrocketed to 10 times within 2 months of trading. Inevitably, the boom hit its peak this summer, and since there has been a nosedive. So when they've taken these shares from $25 all the way up to $250, and Bill Gates has obviously invested heavily in most of those shares, you know, the little guy that's come along with his $1,000
jumps in
and
there.
he's bought 20, 30 shares, and now it's worth 10 times as much. What do you think happened? What do you think Bill Gates and his financial team did? Well, it's no surprises, but the stock took a tumble. It didn't hurt Beyond Meat and its celebrity backers as much as it hurt the speculative investors. That means the little guy who bought up a hype only to find themselves stuck in a downward spiral. Bill Gates' money managers, for example, were smart enough to exit the position just before
Of course
the crash.
they were.
Come on, let's be real about this. This is a pump and dump. Everyone knows, and it's into crypto and into stocks. But that's roughly what it is. manipulating the market, getting the stocks up really high, selling right at the right time, watching them crash, and then buying up more of them. So you own everything at the lower price.
And they're just doing it all again a few years later.
Right. Bill Gates, he doesn't just invest $1 billion in fake meat. And remember, he invested in both sides. He invested in Impossible Foods and Beyond Meat. That's like investing heavily in Burger King and McDonald's, Dixon's and Curry's, which they did.
The Nazis and the British.
Oh, yeah, which they did.
Yeah.
Soviets and Nazis. Okay, so we can see the plan here. This is from a vegan publication. This is where it starts to get interesting. So, how did Bill Gates make the world a little bit more vegan? And for anyone that's still sort of watching this denying, no, I didn't become vegan because of Bill Gates. I'm not saying every vegan became vegan because of Bill Gates. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if after 2012 you suddenly had, I've just got this idea, I might just become vegan. There's a very good possibility that the billions, probably much more that this guy invested, might have had something to do with your decision. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. Facts are more important than feelings.
It just comes from every angle. You get subliminal messages from every single thing.
Yeah, they've been investing hundreds of years and billions of dollars into shaping and molding our opinions like a piece of pliable plasticine like this. Bill Gates, the 5 ways he's making us a little bit more vegan. Let's get down into detail. Number 1, he invested in Beyond Meat. We've already covered this. And Impossible Foods. That was $1 billion. That was his initial investment in the 2 biggest names in fake meat. Burger King and Mackie D's all on one plate. Both paid for by Big Pharma Gates. Number 3, he invested in something called Motive Ingredients. Andy, help me out while I chew.
Gates wasn't finished with plant-based protein after investing in both Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods. In February, the tech entrepreneur Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson led a $90 million investment into the startup of Motive Ingredients, an offshoot of tech firm Ginkgo Bioworks.
Ginkgo Bioworks.
Come on.
Right, so we've got Jeff Bezos and we've got Mr. 500 megapixels a second Branson live in the mix. Like, if you didn't need any more sinister Soviet Union Illuminati characters on your plate already,
telling you what to eat now.
Jesus,
literally
Christ.
telling you what to fuel your body with. You think these guys have got your interests, best interests?
Must be joking. The new company will work with Ginkgo to identify vitamins and proteins found in milk or meat. From there, the ingredients will be bioengineered with yeasts and bacteria via a fermentation process similar to beer. The end goal is to make ingredients that can be used to perfect vegan meat, dairy, and eggs. Great. Sounds awesome. The ingredients may also be used to make clean meat, slaughter-free meat grown from real animal cells. This is where it starts to get interesting.
This is eugenics, man. And like,
oh, and I'm not sharing the screen. Sorry, guys. So this is where it crosses the Rubicon from not being plant-based fake meat to being actual meat-based fake meat or clean meat.
Lab-grown meat.
Slaughter-free meat. Animal-free meat. Lab-grown, slaughter-free, clean, animal-free, dirt-free meat that's never seen the light of day. There's never seen a blade of grass. There's never seen a raindrop.
No.
There's never seen another animal. It is. Can we even say that is organic matter?
No, we can't.
Organic matter.
It's something to be labeled organic. It has to naturally occur in nature. Naturally occur in nature. Okay, this does not.
So, the ingredients used to make clean meat, slaughter-free meat grown from real animal cells, in which Gates is also a believer. The eco-conscious entrepreneur is investing in startup Memphis Meats. We've got another player. It's a clear trend in consumers' interest in alternate proteins.
Good comment from Buddy.
Big up Buddy. It's
That's
never been born.
Never
died. It never died either.
No, it did not.
Never born, never died.
There's no
never
energy.
Lived.
There's no natural energy there.
As God Badge would say, is a 369 creation.
Yeah, that's it.
Not a 258. Not a 1258 creation. No.
Well, this hints towards the synthetic universe. So
yes,
it's quite feasible that humans could actually be entered into a reality where they're not born. They're formed into it, and there's no escape. And
that's such a scary thought.
Yeah, that is the terror of the situation. That is the biggest motivator, in my opinion, to do something about it.
Number 3, Big Pharma Gates, Health Chancellor Gates, whatever you want to call him. This guy wants everyone to be a vegan. Here's number 3. Number 4. He's also
Can I just ask, that fake meat, that lab-grown meat then?
Yeah.
So does that contain animal proteins?
Well, it's slaughter-free meat
So
from real animal cells.
So yes, it would. So basically what he's saying is he wants everyone to be vegan, but then if you're not going to be vegan, you're going to have to eat this. This is
basically,
the meat
if you want that real animal protein, it has to come from my lab.
Yeah, that's
not from originally from my farm, and then also from my lab.
From my lab, man.
No, I wouldn't eat anything that Health Chancellor Gates has made. Trust me. Right, this is another thing he's doing. Big Pharma Gates, Health Chancellor Gates, is also fighting food waste. Andy.
So, fighting food waste with Big Pharma Gates, driven to create a more sustainable future of food, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation backed Santa Barbara-based tech startup Apple Sciences.
Appeal Sciences. Remember that name? That's in Magic's slideshow.
Yeah,
mate.
that's
so
right.
Good.
The company created an organic, invisible, safe spray that's made from discarded plant-based materials to help avocados last up to twice as long. The liquid shields produced from gases that cause fruit to ripen. Refrigeration has been used to increase produce quality during transportation and storage, but you lose the benefit of the refrigeration when fruit sits in a grocery store shelf or on a kitchen counter. With our technology, we're able to dramatically reduce the rate and
with our technology, we can produce better fruit than you've had before. It's better than the fruit that just comes off the tree.
They're just fucking with it.
Anything that's natural, anything that's wholesome, anything that's Ital. Big up all our Rastas that are watching. Big up Kedawami. Look at that. Just as I said Ital and Rasta,
he's there.
He comes up with a comment. Kedawami Asini. Protein has to be broken down into amino acids to be taken up in the body. Skip that process and eat plants raw with amino acids ready to go. And let me just point out, Kedawami is Ital, which means raw fruit and vegetables only.
Right.
And he says that other vegans maybe might be getting it wrong potentially by cooking things, actually cooking the essence out of them. Inner Guardians, one sec, let me ask Inner Guardians on an energetic level. Can you get down with the idea that when you cook food, you might actually be destroying the essence it contained within it?
Yes, definitely. When I try to establish first principles on anything, I normally put myself in a position that if I was completely 100% natural, where I lived in the forest, what would I eat, as an example? Now, the chances of me eating raw is very high. I would probably eat only raw. So natural man or natural human, I would say, is meant to eat raw food. And that would be the quickest way to feed the soul.
He's investing in everything synthetic. Synthetic Beyond Meat, synthetic Impossible Foods, synthetic motive ingredients, synthetic clean, real slaughter-free meat grown from animal cells, synthetic wrapping for synthetic ways to treat fruit to make it last longer. Okay, everything synthetic, this guy. And number 5, this is the other way that he wants to make people more vegan through humanitarian efforts, along with Belinda, Bill, two halves of this Gates biometric, whatever it is.
There's that label again, humanitarian label.
It's just absolute guff. Okay, we can see all of these agendas, all of these sort of this whole modus operandi from the Gates Foundation. It's all philanthropic on the face of it, but let's have a little bit deeper look.
It's easy to see through.
Next up, I'm going to show you how Bill Gates hasn't just taken over fake meat industry; he's actually taken over the real meat industry as well. Okay, so in case anyone didn't know, there's a really big player in American food called Tyson Meats. Okay, this is from 2018. Tyson. Not Mike Tyson. Tyson Meats joins Bill Gates and Cargill. Remember this name. This is the second biggest meat producer, or the other big player in the game in American food. They invest in a lab meat producer. So that's Bill Gates, the biggest. I think Tyson is the biggest pork slaughterer.
Right.
Outside of China, kills the most pigs in the world outside of China or something like that. Could be making that up, I don't know, but they kill a lot of pigs, a lot of poultry, a lot of beef.
I used to work with a guy who German guy. He used to work in a slaughterhouse in Germany. He said it changed him. He said he used to have to slaughter 6,000 pigs a day.
Oh my God.
I know.
Horrible.
Himself, like on the, on part of the line.
Couldn't do that. I
Yeah.
couldn't
He said
cope with
it
the smell.
changed
I just couldn't do
Bit
it.
weird.
Nah.
Weird guy. Nice guy. Bit strange though.
So, Cargill. Who is Cargill? Cargill Incorporated is an American private-held global food corporation based in Minnetonka, Minnesota. Revenue, $115 billion a year. That was in 2018. So they cream $115 billion a year. Tyson Foods. Tyson Foods is an American multinational corporation based in Springdale, Arkansas. It operates in the food industry.
Arkansas. Bill Clinton's state.
$42 billion a year. So between them, best part of $160 billion a year.
It's a lot of moolah, guys.
That's a lot of money. I think it's Cargill has the title, the second largest producer of meat on the planet. So these
it's that name, producer
of meat.
Producer. In the Guardians, what are your thoughts on IVF? Got a question there.
IVF.
From Owen Keeling.
No, that's a question for In a Garden.
Yeah,
Guardians.
that's right. Yeah.
In which context?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on IVF? Yeah, in which context?
Well, are we talking about IVF for like cattle?
I'm not sure.
Oh, all right. Okay. Let me
I would
assume,
imagine so. If we're
let me
talking about
assume he's
farming.
talking about like the synthetic universe. Is it okay to eat cattle that's been inseminated through IVF? Is that the question, Owen? Let me not assume. Let's get the question before we carry on. Can you watch that, please, producer? Right. So we're talking about the two biggest meat companies in America, and one of these is actually the second biggest meat producer in the world. And the reason I'm talking about them is this: they joined with Bill Gates to invest in lab-grown meat. So what Bill Gates is doing is he's getting the biggest meat producers to actually stop investing in meat and start investing in fake synthetic meat. Cargill. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you right now is how basically since this announcement happened in 2018 of this investment here, what happened shortly after that? The Soviet Union happened, right? And throughout the whole first year of Sovietism, what did you see on the news? Meat factories all over the world getting shut down.
Yeah.
So I could literally do a 5 or 6 hour presentation
as well as
just about
hydrochloroquine factories going.
Oh yeah, hydroxychloroquine factories and meat factories were particularly at risk from Sovietism.
Yeah,
they either exploded or set on fire if they're making hydroxychloroquine,
or they were playing just shut down.
Or if they're making pork or chicken products, they would just shut down, right? So I'm telling you now, guys. Hello to the camera. I look at you now. I could literally make a 4-5 hour presentation just on the shutdowns of the meat industry and all of the reforms that they're asking for in the meat industry because of COVID 1984. But here's a little slice. Cargill closes its Canadian beef plant after the coronavirus. That is, I can't see the date there. Can't always get the date. Cargill shuts down US meat plant that serves grocery stores due to COVID-19. Tyson Foods will shut down US pork plant as more workers catch COVID-19. This is May 28, 2020. Officials urge Tyson Foods to shut down plants after employees test positive. I assure you, each one of these is from a different place, either in America or Canada. I checked, and there were hundreds of these. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. But I won't bore you with it. COVID-19 outbreaks at Tyson Food plants sicken nearly 5,000 workers.
That's a lot. It's a lot of.
Now, they say sicken. I reckon that I guarantee that means 5,000 workers. Sorry?
That's like
biological warfare.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is biological warfare. So let's be real. Gates gets in bed with the two biggest meat producers in America, Tyson and Cargill, 2 years before the onset of COVID. And who is hardest hit? Two hardest hit companies.
And this translates to so many other stories as well. With Gates, you can just lay this template on so many of his dealings.
Yeah, I've got a couple of examples of that coming up, actually. Okay, when he moves in, he does a deal with a country or something looking like he's helping, or within a year, everything goes tits up. They're shut down, they're fucked up, they got viruses. Okay.
And then he comes in with a solution.
yeah, he comes in with a glorious solution. Hello, comrades, glorious solution. Here's some more. Tyson meets in Storm Lake to shut down temporarily after state confirms coronavirus outbreak. Tyson food managers suspended after allegedly betting if workers would contract COVID. So yeah, the meat industry suffered massively.
above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, abstract sonnets, rise above, domino, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, extinguish fear when we generate. Since day one we've been going in militant, not same, also different. Abstract sonnets, no equivalent. A double L's flow's omnipotent. May I suggest a lyric-proof vest? I got a bar that will tear through a chest. Cause a massacre from my caliber, your Kevlar can't protect. Anyway, back to the subject. Expose devilish acts to the public and talk topics they won't publish. Instigating cold wars like Sputnik. Observe you with a satellite view. Heard the cattle these parasites do. Worshipping the gods of our conquerors. It's a blinded acolyte view. Members of spineless remain reminded. They drink blood and sacrifice you. So misguided, laws are provided to benefit the chosen few. So we rise above and extinguish fear when we generate love. A single candle lights up the darkness. That is the power we all harness. Let's identify targets, light them up, lift them down. Carpet beef, sprinkling garnish. The message, word, power, sound. I don't care if my whip gets tarnished. Split this shit till I'm dead in the ground. Where they pollute your mind with garbage. Do one thing, just hold it down. Rise above when we generate. Rise above, generate. Rise above, extinguish fear when we generate. Rise above when we generate. Rise above, extinguish fear when we generate love. Rise above when we generate. Rise above, generate. Rise above, extinguish fear when we generate. Rise above when we generate. Rise above and extinguish fear when we generate. This is more than 232s in a hook. You want lyrics? I write books. Where your head double L overtook with a statement you can't overlook, and I drop rhymes you can't unhear. Plot lines never unclear, and I tell them direct to your ear. I doubt the signs that guided us here. And these lies from lost puppeteers who cut through throats like Schwartz buccaneers. Call to arms, don't volunteer, or take orders from brigadier. From war and carnage they profiteer. The march goes on till we disappear. It's my duty to interfere. Smash them system like chandelier. MCs chat about whips and cars. I rap bars about pyramids on Mars. And other weird subjects hidden for years, locked in casts. Strap a protective mask, inform your collective war and star. It's a harrowing task, and I'm swimming in fears on a narrowing path. I'm powering past. All these bullshit rappers will devour you last. And they're carrying fast. Drop from the top of a towering shaft. Push from the ledge of a soaring peak. Shoot from the pledge of my war and speak. Close to the edge, the outlook's bleak. Frozen breath cause the output's weak. Rise above when we generate. Rise above, generate. Rise above, extinguish fear when we generate. Rise above when we generate. Rise above, extinguish fear when we generate love. Rise above when we generate. Rise above, generate. Rise above, extinguish fear when we generate. Rise above when we generate. Rise above and extinguish fear when we generate.
Fuck the government, man, fuck the media. Fuck the control tactics. It's comprehend. Yeah. If you're new to this world, I feel bad for you. Rest of us thought it was mad when we catch the flu. Watch what the cameras do, they use the news for programming you. Yeah, you're angry at me, you can't stand my views. Cause they make you choose a side, it's the wet dream. You won't see him do it like the suicide of Epstein. You need to fight like Amber when Johnny Depp leaves. If you go against the herd, then you're dead meat. If women attacking their men, then it's fine. But if men started slapping their women, it's crime. There's always been tears, I ain't talking about crying. Cause they're keeping our fears at the front, now we hide. This pandemic is used for control, abusing our souls till we choose to revolt. Me, I'm refusing to do what I'm told. I guess that's nothing new, I refute what is false.
Come along with me, and we can all be free. I need you all to see the lies they try and teach. We cry inside, we're weak. Inside our minds they reach. We hide behind our screens. We hide behind our screens.
Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls before you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls before you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls before you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls before you to cower.
We're fools, not a phone
drones are smart, and I ain't following the rules like I'm Rosa Parks. Yeah, I'm here to expose the farce. I'm an angry little man, Bonaparte. The vibrations we take in are filled up with nothing but violence and hating. I'm tired as fuck, there's fires and floods. We try rise above, so it's drugs that we're taking. America's still making their plans to take all the banks, and they won't hesitate with the tanks. They're making a stand. The final ones to take is Iran's, at stake is their land. But you just want your face on the gram, you're chasing the fans. Yeah, that's the kind of phase that we're living through. Posting every day what we did and we didn't do. If you focus on the lies that they're giving you, you will realise they're disguising this killer flu.
Come along with me, and we can all be free. I need you all to see the lies they try and teach. We cry inside, we're weak. Inside our minds they reach. We hide behind our screens. We hide behind our screens.
Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls, and force you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls, and force you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls, and force you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls, and force you to cower. Feels like we're slaves in a mad dream, and I ain't taking your vaccine. I ain't letting them invade me with bad genes, so they're gonna make me feel I'm crazy and have been. I'll keep saying it for years though, let's revolt. And I think it's very clear that the tests are false. These people surprised that we're freedom of speech. I can say what I like if it's nice or it's mean. Oh wow, now the truth can't be handled. If you got the wrong view, you'll be cancelled. Soon you're gonna need a pass for your freedom. I'm saying fuck the government, you're trapped if you need them. Still I want us all safe and sound, and I'm praying it don't take us down while they rape the pound. I watch the media, it makes you frown, cause they're delivering the news like a paper round. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls and force you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls and force you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls and force you to cower. Soul for control, soul for the power. Torture your souls and force you to cower.
Right one. Yes, hello,
Hang on.
comprehend.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
bruv.
yeah, I can
Welcome
hear
to
you.
Rise Above.
Oh, yes, bro. Do you know what it is? I think there's a delay. No, it's good, bro. We're good. Thank you for having me, man. Sorry about that. I'm a bit of a
No problem at all, mate. Welcome to Rise Above. How you doing?
Fucking gas to be here, mate. Thank you for having me.
So,
Thank you for flagging out the track as well.
as the story goes, how did you hear about like how I played the track last week? Because we've never spoke before, right?
No, that's correct, man. We only spoke 4 days ago now.
Yeah, after the show last week.
Yeah, man. So clearly one of your fans, because you know this is popping, bro. This is some certified shit you got going on right here. I rate
Thank you very much, mate.
It's clearly someone who was listening in. Sorry, someone just said I'm a little louder than you all. Let me just.
Oh right, let me turn you down, mate. Let me turn you down. I've got a mixing desk here. It's fine. You don't worry about the levels. Usually I've got a team full of people, but it's like it's a light show tonight.
This is some mad shit going. I've never been on anything like this. Some weird madness. But
mate, we pride ourselves on having basically the dopest chat show on YouTube. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything else like this. I don't care. I'll say it. Like no one else is doing a show like this.
Am I allowed to swear, by the way? Is that cool?
You're allowed to swear, mate. Oh, there's only two swear words. The two swear words are the C word, you know, the virus, and the V word, the one that goes in your arm. You just got to use code. Those are the only swear words that will get us taken down, mate. So we call it I know it's crazy. We call it the Soviet Union, or like the procedure, or something like that.
Yeah. The
glorious cure.
The glorious cure. Right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Hendrik. Right. How long have you been emceeing, bro?
Wait, just quick. Sorry, just to answer your last point. Someone commented on my YouTube and said, "Oh, your track was played on Rise Above Live," and I was like, "Oh, mad." I was like I hadn't heard of you at that point, innit? I was like, "Oh, sick. What's that?" And then they told me, and then you ended up commenting anyway, and I was like, "Oh, sick." And like, it's mad to like just know your shit's being played over here and you're not aware of it, innit? But yeah. So I've been spitting for 6 years as of December, but I took a year and a half off the year before last and last year, so half of the year before 2019 and then 2020. But this is like my comeback year, innit? So I'm just trying to.
You're back, mate. You're back. I'd never heard of you before. I don't even know how I came across the track or the video, but I saw it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, boom. Bruv, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you, man?
I'm way older than I look, man. I'm 26, innit?
You're 26. Okay, well, I'm probably a little bit older than I look. I'm 38 this year, yeah.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, I'm a proper old man, mate. I can still spit though, still got it.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say I didn't think you were that age.
Thank you, man. What I was gonna say is you maybe I thought you were slightly younger, maybe early 20s, but I was gonna say like a lot of please don't take this. It's certainly not a dig against you, but from our opinion, you know. People of my age, a lot of people a little bit younger than us in your age group
are quite ignorant to what's going on at the moment in general, maybe possibly a bit more than my age group. Would you agree with me?
100%, man. Well, although having said that, it's like, although I associate with circles that are on the same sort of level as me, so maybe I don't notice it as much, but I do get a lot of shit from my views from people around my age, innit? Because
join the club, mate.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of I don't want to say sheep, it's a bit disrespectful, but there's a lot of sleepers, shall we say, out there. But,
surface dwellers.
Surface dwellers. Yeah.
Sleepwalkers, yeah. We try to avoid sheep. I find it a little bit derogatory as well. I'll tell you what, mate, this is what really sparked my attention with you. Is for one, you could spit, unlike most of the younger MCs coming through now that really haven't got many skills, and it's all about, look at me, I'm shanking people, etc., etc. I don't really get down with that stuff.
No, me neither.
Mate, you could certainly spit. You were certainly not talking about the egotistical stuff, which I love. You had themes, and there were certain things in there that I was like, oh, okay, this dude knows. Yeah. So I don't know how much have you seen of our show, but this show gets taken down a lot.
Does it?
Oh, mate, my old channel, I had 5,000 subscribers. It got totally deleted last week. I had 150 videos. I had 200,000 views in total, totally deleted for hate speech, for medical misinformation, etc., etc., etc.
Well, the problem is you got to understand who owns these fucking platforms, innit? That's the
of course, mate. Of course.
It's grim.
So, have you heard of Guidance, the guy that made the anti-vaccination tune?
Yes, I hit him up about a feature.
I swore then. I said the V word.
Yeah. Hopefully, I spoke over you because I do that a lot. So hopefully,
that's fine. Don't worry.
But
we've got no strikes. Don't have to worry about that on this show, mate. Yeah.
No, I reached out to him, hoping he'd do a feature with me in it off the back of Coronialism, because I thought we were on the same wavelength. But he just said it wasn't for him in it, so it's fair enough. Really? But yeah, I've heard of him, man. I've checked his stuff out.
Because he got taken down for that tune. That tune basically got deleted off YouTube for medical misinformation.
Really?
You see, the freestyle that I sent you,
Mike,
that was included in all the videos that got deleted. I don't know if that one got a strike or that, but yeah, well, mate, like I said before, I'd be honoured to do a feature with you. I think you're awesome, bruv.
Bro, let's get it, man. Let's fucking get it.
In a minute, I'm going to show you some memes.
Yeah,
we do a lot of memes on the show. We like to tell the news about what's going on in the Soviet Union using memes. And we've got this dude called Virus Man who actually came along to us last year. He got totally deleted off Instagram because of his memes. They're so hot. And we lost him for months, and he turned up last week at the protest, right? So I'm going to show you some of his memes in a minute. And I want, did you hear what I was saying earlier on when you do the test? I'll show you something, and you've got to just say what you see. Give me the lowdown. We'll get onto that in a minute. So yeah, right. So Coronialism, how long? That's about a month old, is it?
Yeah, man. So I took the year and a half off, right, and I've just been writing loads of stuff. So my plan this year is to drop a new song every 2 to 4 weeks with visuals, and up until next February, I've got it planned out till. So it's going to be a busy year, man. But yeah, it's non-stop right now. But yeah, I dropped that about 4 weeks ago, did the visuals. We went down to London to actually go to one of the anti-lockdown protests, but no one got back in touch with me when I touched down in London, because I'm from Leicester, innit? So I'm obviously up in the Midlands. Yeah. So no one got back in touch when I got to London. So I was like, where are they? So I couldn't actually find them. So we ended up just taking advantage of it anyway, innit? And just shooting what we could, where we could.
It's a great video, very simple but very effective.
That's it, man. That's it. We just tried to do what we could. But yeah, man, that was about 4 weeks ago, and it's doing really well thanks to the likes of yourself and all these like anti, COVID pages on Instagram. They all helped push it, and it was crazy, man. Like I say, the first 4 years I was doing this, I was more or less slept on. But I get why I was shit in it. So I took a year and a half off and got good. And now I've come back and I'm actually good. I can make good music, innit?
I've only seen 3 of your things. Coronialism. I think was it the Bacon Brains freestyle? Is that the one with the Barbie dolls in it?
No, that's New Ben's Hublot.
Oh, that one's good as well. So that's the 3 things I've seen so far. But we're going to play one of yours after you leave. It's a couple of years older from, what is it, 2018?
18, yeah. So that one I thought would resonate with your listeners a lot more in it than some of my cheeky stuff. So just to give the listeners a bit of context. So I'm a conscious person. I rap conscious stuff. And in the past, all my stuff was like anti-government conscious stuff. But I kind of got a bit bored with making the same sort of stuff over and over. And I didn't feel it was representing me correctly as well. So I thought I'll make some stuff that represents me correctly and obviously talk about that. But all my stuff is conscious. It's just some of it's funny, some of it's, you know, that sort of
have fun with it, mate.
That's it, man. That's it. And I kind of fell out of love with it for a while. So I had to take a little break and recalibrate and come back better.
Recapitulate.
Yeah, man. That's all. I'm recapitulate. Yeah.
So, right. 2020 when did you start having your break? Was it when all this shit started?
No, it was mid 2019.
Mid 2019.
July 2019. I dropped like my last track of like my previous era, and then I just took some time off and got my branding, marketing down, and just thought about things and strategized a bit.
So you've said you've always been on like a conscious anti-government tip, anti-establishment, trying to tell the truth and that. So rewind to January, February, March 2020. When this stuff it's in the news cycle, there's loads of things on the media scaring you about it, like they did for every other pandemic, right? But when it first started really rolling out, what was the tipping point for you when you realised, or I'm assuming you realised, whoa, this is something a bit different. Maybe this is what I've been researching for a while.
Yeah.
What was your take?
So like even like 10 years ago, I was watching videos saying something like this was coming in it, like and the reasons behind it and how they were building up for it. Obviously, I didn't know the specificity of it, but yeah. So I knew something was coming. But then when I first heard about COVID and what they were doing and that sort of thing, so a friend of mine sent me a link.
Gosh. Sorry, you did a swear.
Gosh. A friend of mine sent me a link to a video, and it was basically I think it was an African geezer, and he was basically explaining what was going to be happening over in Canada over the next like 6 to 12 months based on COVID. And it more or less all of it came to fruition. The only part that hasn't just yet is the COVID the vaccine passport. Oh, sorry, I can't say that word. I mean the
procedure passport. It's all right. I'll let you off. Right, next time you come on, I'll take your PayPal details before, and it's £10 a swear word, yeah.
I'm down. We'll have a swear jar, mate. We'll have a swear jar.
It's good, mate. Everyone does it. I'm all right. I'm being over careful. On my old channel, that would have got us banned. This channel, we haven't even had one strike yet. Touch wood. The old channel, I thought I had one strike. I was like,
don't tap them, Lance.
If I get that one,
that we get a strike.
If I get you that strike, then I will allow you to strike me.
I would never strike you. Right, but so yeah. So you like most of the people watching right now, over your years of investigation and research, you knew that there was a coming event.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it might have been zombies or something like that. But
war.
No. Yeah, something like that. But
I wouldn't rule out anything yet.
we all knew a huge narrative shifting event was coming in it. It was just all in how it was going to be done. But so I watched the video and I thought, okay, I can see how this is going to go now. This all makes sense. And then I was just my usual self, man. Didn't follow the rules. That's just me, man. I don't buy into this shit in it, and I haven't ever caught. Oh, I think I caught COVID late 2019, but I don't know, man. It was probably the cold. I don't fucking know. Like, who knows if that shit's even actually a thing? But
so you had a positive test, basically.
No, not even, man. Not even.
Oh, right.
I didn't follow. Ill. Yeah, I was ill, and I thought maybe it was what everyone's going on about. I don't know, but so I was just cracking on with life, man. I wasn't doing anything differently, except all my friends were scared, and I was like, come on, man, we're all on the same wavelength, innit? So how are you lot thinking differently to me? But yeah, I just cracked on, man. Never got ill. Like it didn't really impact me. The only impact was obviously the public restrictions and stuff, but apart from that, it didn't really impact.
So how do you get along with those restrictions, knowing what you know? Do you wear a mask to the supermarket?
No, do you know what? The only time I wear a mask is to get in an Uber, because I can't get in it otherwise, and then I can't get an Uber. But then I'll have the mask here in it, so I'm not actually even wearing it. But that seems to keep them at ease.
People don't care.
No, they don't care.
Look like you're making an effort.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess when you're inside someone's car in their own personal confined space,
you got to respect that. Yeah. Exactly.
When I get a cab, I always say to the cab operator first. I say, listen, I'm COVID exempt, so I won't be wearing a mask. Please, can you check with the driver first if that's okay? Make sure it is okay, because I don't want to have an awkward situation in the car.
Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, the way I see it is like they're only effective for a maximum of 15 minutes, and that's if it's brand new, innit? So
they're not telling people that, though, are they?
If someone's spitting in your face that's got COVID, it's only effective then, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it to the furthest thing of like, is any of this actually what they say it is? Well, yeah, okay, if you're ill and you're coughing and spluttering, then just don't cough and splutter over people.
Yeah, just stay inside like you would normally, innit? Like it's common sense, man. That's what pisses me off about this whole thing, man. The whole thing is just common sense, and it's like no one's got any of that. It's like, do you not understand? Like, what? So, like, I'm standing 2 meters away from you, and I'm not wearing a mask, and that's going to make a fucking difference.
Yeah.
It's just stupid, man. It makes no sense to me. It never has. So, yeah, that's the way I see it. But like I say, the only time I wear I don't wear a mask on the train. I don't wear a mask on buses. I don't wear a mask like anything like that. I just wear it
anyway. We all know it's optional if you read the actual rules.
Exactly. So, like, yeah, they'll come up to me. I'll just say I'm exempt. I've got asthma.
I think you're ready for the mimetic rise above initiation test.
Let's go, man. Right. Initiate me, big man. Initiate me.
Right, so it's more. It's more. I'm going to show you some memes, and I want your reaction first. All right. Do you know who this character is?
No, not on his face, but I can see what he's representing with that.
You don't know this guy's face?
No, it's because I'm not gonna lie to you. My laptop is shocking, mate. But let me like a halo around his face.
Let me just make it. Let me see if I can get rid of that one. One second.
Plus, it's on I don't know how to full screen this, bro.
This is. Don't worry, mate. This is. Do you know who Klaus Schwab is?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's the leader of the World Economic Forum.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you heard of the Great Reset, yeah?
Yeah.
This dude is the dude that wrote the book called COVID-19 and the Great Reset.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see where we're going now. So this is an absolute virus man classic. He's sort of like, yeah. Well, it's like what's the saying? Like, today's conspiracy theory is tomorrow's mainstream media story. It's like,
man.
Say, give it 6 months maybe at the moment. Right. So this one's a little bit deeper, right? Because this is like. We're not flat earthers here, Hendrik, right?
No,
but we question everything. We question NASA,
100%.
right? So, Daddy, how far away is the moon? Well, the sun shines on the Earth, which is then turned reflects to the plasma belt. When we see our own reflections on the moon, gosh, right?
Gosh.
Yeah, this one's kind of deep because this is like a whole new different theory that isn't round or flat Earth. It's about like how the moon is actually a fucking plasma filled reflection. This is more than 33rd level rise above shit. Right, next one. World Economic Forum. You'll eat bugs and you'll be happy. This is new from Virus Man.
Just fucking take the shit and fucking be happy with it. That's great.
Well, yeah, take your procedure. Go and live in your container. And don't complain about eating like a bug sandwich, you bigot.
Yeah, that's fucked, man. I should laugh, innit? I should laugh, but it just pisses me off, man.
Yeah. We try to make it funny, but then like the reality of it is actually like really, really bad. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
Like,
if you don't laugh, you'll cry though, innit? So you got.
Well, no, that's the thing. That's why we made the show. We tried to make it fun.
No,
yeah. So what was this show called? Was this the one with Noel Edmonds with the Deal or No Deal?
Deal or No Deal, that's the one.
That's it. When you find out what's this? When you find out all the rule following and mask wearing was for nothing, box 23, hoax.
Jokes on them. Jokes
on them, mate. Should have been box 33, right?
Yeah, that would have made more sense. Is that like a running theme you guys have got? Because you mentioned 33 earlier.
Let me ask a question.
Is that the Freemasons or?
Have you noticed when you watch certain news stories in the last 18 months, certain pivotal news stories, usually about the pandemic or maybe about the race war stuff, the Black Lives Matter stuff, have you not noticed that number 33 has been appearing in news stories a lot? Have you noticed it?
I haven't personally, no.
You haven't?
To be honest, though, I try not to watch the news a lot.
That's absolutely fine, mate. Maybe this is the question we're asking, because we look into what the Freemasons believe, basically. We're trying to sort of like bring that knowledge out and teach everyone else about
33
it. Right?
degrees.
There's 33 degrees. There's 33 is a very powerful number. We did a whole show about it last week. But the thing is, ever since we did the show, people have been messaging us. Everyone started seeing it. Everyone was seeing it before. We've been covering it, popping up a lot.
but we're not sure if we're making us see it by talking about it.
Yeah, I get you. That is a thing that is
I'm constantly asking that question. Constantly asking that question.
Well, I like to think not like to think, but like in regards to that point, it's like angel numbers, isn't it? Sometimes people see it more often because they're looking for it, innit? But
well, you've heard of 1111, right?
yeah, that sort of stuff.
Well, in the angel numbers theory, right? 11 or 1111 is the number of thought or intention.
Okay.
22 is the number of action or manifestation. But when you put those together, the synergy 33 is actually the number of genesis, when you use thought and action together to create something. So 33 is a master number.
Fucking hell, we need to chat, bro. You know way more than me about this. The depth of the I'm switched on, innit? But you're
wait until you meet my teacher, Master Lee. He comes on later, mate. In fact, he's coming on at 10. Oh, in 5 minutes. Holy shit, we're getting through the time here.
Yes, right. Mate. I'm excited.
Mate, this is Rise Above, bro. Right, next. What have we got here? Here we go. So this is one of those ancient medieval paintings. What do you think to this comprehend, mate?
I think the Great Reset is fucking us in the arse, mate. That's what I think.
Well, Lord Schwab, right, in some of his speeches and his videos, he openly says that in the future, in the fourth industrial revolution... Wait, I've got a button for this. Where is it? No, this one. Lord Schwab says... Right, Lord Schwab says, like, in the future, there'll be an array of nanocomputers inside your body, like, and he says some fucking crazy shit, right? And we used to joke, like, they're going to put anal swabs in your asshole. They're going to put nanotech in your butthole. We were joking about this last year. But a couple of months ago, we unraveled, or we found, that they were actually anally swabbing people in China. Have you heard about this?
Oh, no, I haven't, no.
Mate, 6 months ago, it was all over mainstream media. In China, they were doing the COVID test by putting the swab up people's butthole, right? This is true. You can check it. Japan
not because I don't believe you, just because that sounds mad.
Yeah, mate, we uncovered some very mad things here. Japan kicked right off about it. The Japanese Prime Minister was like, please stop swabbing my tourists, right? Sorry, 2 months later...
No, it's the way you're phrasing it, bro.
Yeah, but you
can't make
mate,
it up.
This might be funny, right? But everything I'm saying is absolute God's honest truth, I swear. We've shown the articles. The Japanese PM was like, Mr. China, please stop swabbing my tourists. Anyway, 2 months later, we found out about this technology called Terra Grippers, which is this tiny nanotechnology which goes inside your stomach and grips on the inside of your stomach, and it's the shape of a Solomon star, and it slowly pumps drugs at you. Well, guess how they're administered? On the end of a swab, and they said the best place to put them is in the anus because they go directly into the intestinal tract. Yeah, so it's like we were joking. Lord Schwab wants to put nanobots inside your butthole. 6 months later, already happened. Rise above.
What do you? I don't know. Like, if I can interject, I don't know if you've got like a set regime, but I was just going to ask, what are your thoughts on, AI and when the singularity happens and humans being transferred into human brains being transferred into into AI and stuff like that?
I'm glad you asked that question, mate. We did a whole episode about transhumanism about 6 or 7 weeks ago. I believe what's happening now, and I'm not saying the procedure that people are having now has actually got the transceiver for the singularity. I think what they're having now is a precursor. It's got aluminium in it. It's got ferrous metals in this hydrogel that's in these procedures, right?
I've heard some magnetic stuff. Like I've seen videos of people like.
That's not fake either.
Okay.
I've seen these scientific papers that show that this ferrous hydrogel metallic liquid that they're using has magnetic properties. This is all documented, right? To answer your question about the coming singularity, if you read all the top level transhumanists, what they actually believe and what they're moving to with this singularity, this coming Internet of Things, the IoT, right? They're talking about having billions of nodes within the smart network. The first time they talk about 12 to 9 billion, and that's like 3 devices each, like wearable devices. But then they say when the singularity fully comes, it will go to 30 billion. But that will include 10 billion biological nodes.
Wow.
Well, by the year 2030, how many people are there projected to be? 9 or 10 billion?
Well, subject to the depopulation regime, I guess.
Well, yeah. We've got competing narratives here. But the thing is, by their own text, their own projections, they are saying that there's going to be 10 billion biological nodes in the Internet of Things, and that means Us. So how are we going to become a node in a smart network? That means we will have to have a piece of technology inside us to receive, because that's the way that 5G works. Every node rebroadcasts the frequency, right? So they're planning to do that to us. So yeah,
Doesn't surprise me.
it's the fourth industrial revolution. Like, the UK government brought out a paper 3 weeks ago about human augmentation. It's like some Deus Ex type of stuff. It's exactly what we're talking about.
Bro.
An array of nanocomputers going inside us to speak to the AI singularity, the algorithm, whatever.
Oh, so you're talking like almost like remote controlled humans?
Yeah. Well, Elon Musk says that the way that neural lace will work is right now, if you want to search the internet, you use your fingers, you type into Google, right? Oh shit, I just did something to the
I was going to say, you've just knocked yourself off.
What have I just done? I just typed on the fucking... Wait a minute.
You've turned your camera off.
I just typed on the thing, right? So right now you want to search the internet. You type here, it goes onto Google. They're saying when you have the neural lace, when you want to search, you will just think about what you want to search, and the information will be directly downloaded, and you'll just think it. They say it will get to a point where you don't know whether you're thinking or what you're searching.
Oh.
Because think about right now, when you search on the internet, think about how controlled the search result is.
Yeah.
So imagine if that's your thinking process. Your thinking is actually symbiotically linked to a search engine that's inside your neural lace. That's what Elon Musk says will happen.
And let's face it, who's the biggest search engine? Google. And who's one of the most fucking corrupt people or companies on earth, corporations? Google. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were the ones leading this situation.
Yeah, no, mate, the Alphabet company, companies that, what is it? It's called the Alphabet company, own Google. Those multinational conglomerates, big tech, whatever you want to call them, you go far enough, they'll go back to one source. They go back to the owners.
What annoys me, Lance, if you don't mind me calling you that, or should I call you Double L?
Mate, Lance is fine. Don't call me Double L. It's just my screen name, please.
What worries me is like the fact it's such an AI is such an unregulated department right now, and any of the countries who are developing it care about is being the world leading power in AI and using it for military purposes, isn't it? So there is a way, in my opinion, that we could utilize AI in an effective manner and it actually be beneficial to mankind. But the problem is the people in charge of it who are using it are doing it for negative purposes, man. So I don't see any good coming from it.
Yeah, mate, you're absolutely right.
Do you agree, Word Nerd?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man.
Actually, Putin was one of the only leaders I saw gave a speech warning against it. He had all these Russian robots lined out that had super advanced AI, and he said, "Look, we're doing this, but should we be doing it?
Yeah.
What are we actually doing here?"
No, because the thing is, these guys think it's all fun and games until their own AI fucks them up. Do you know what I mean?
Hendrik, can I just point out, last week we covered, or I at least posted on Facebook, the UN said the first ever AI-controlled attack drone malfunctioned and killed someone.
Bro, that's not even the scariest thing. The first one we made said it wanted to kill all of humanity, and we're there like, nah, it's fine. We'll just carry on. We'll be all right. Fucking dickhead.
Yeah, they made two separate AI computers, and when they linked them together, because they weren't connected to the internet, when they linked them together, within like one hour, they started talking to each other in a language nobody understood.
Yeah, they made their own language, didn't they?
Cut them off.
Yeah.
No,
and that's the start, man. They're like infants right now. Not even infants. They're like fucking fetuses. They're like right now, and we're just continuing to develop them. Right now, they're like 7-8-year-old children. Give it another 20-30 years, they're going to be like way smarter than us, man. And they're already showing negative signs of development, and we just continue to walk down this path in the hope that we can have AI controlled tanks and like shit like this. And it's like, you lot of dickheads, man.
Have you heard of the
Word Nerd? Tell me you don't agree. Tell me you don't agree.
No, it's not a single thing they can't weaponize, and that they don't.
Yeah, man.
But it's already been weaponized. Have you seen how one of those attack drones actually works? It literally it hovers like just out of your line of sight, maybe 1,000 meters up there.
Okay.
And then it gets you. It targets you. It flies towards you at 200 miles an hour, and it explodes 20 meters in front of you, flying towards you. So the shrapnel just takes you out, and there could be people stood right next to you, and they wouldn't get hit, and you wouldn't even hear it coming.
Wow.
And one of these has already hunted someone down and got it wrong and took them out. And it's like, whoa.
Bro, I'm sorry to backtrack, So obviously the reason I got into rapping is because of people like Loki, Akala, Logic. like all of these, man. Yeah. So I got into it from a lyricism perspective and from a conscious perspective. It's the only reason I started. Hence the name Comprehend. I mean, my government name is Hendrik.
Yeah.
So comprehend. You get me?
That's just perfect for you, mate. It just
you get
it's so you, mate.
Yeah, man. So obviously, even Loki has a sample in one of his songs, and I can't remember who says it, and it's like is it Abomination? Yeah, it might be Abomination, but he's like drone, like you can use drones to kill people, but like imagine you could use the same technology to send food to poor people, you get me? But you know, it just goes to show the priorities of the people in
Have you ever heard of Terror Slim, UK rapper?
No, actually I haven't, no.
We had him, he's based in Bristol now. We had him on a couple of episodes ago, and we were actually talking about the lack of rappers that are talking about what's going on at the moment, and Terror Slim actually said, where the fuck is Loki? Where is Akala? Why are they not talking about possibly like the greatest threat to everyone's freedom, to everyone's justice? You know, if you call yourself a social justice warrior, where are you on the biggest universal threat in living memory?
Don't get me started on this, yeah.
He called them all out, mate. He called them all out on this show.
The amount of conscious rappers and shit in Leicester, yeah, they call themselves conscious rappers, and then as soon as this started, it's like, yeah, but I want to go on holiday this year, so like it's convenient to get the vaccine. I'm like, you're a dickhead, bro. Where's your integrity, man? If there's anything Loki taught me, it's that I'd rather die standing for something than live standing for nothing. You get me?
That's actually, you know, that's a John Rambo quote.
I thought I made that one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, maybe low-key took it from him. I swear this is a John Rambo quote. You either live for something or you die for nothing.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Mate, I live my life by that. Live for something or die for nothing. Absolutely.
Bro, I'm happy to not go on holiday for the rest of my life than give up my integrity.
Mate, for me, right, even if I thought it was just a regular dangerous procedure like all the other ones that were pretty dangerous, even if I thought it was just that, and I didn't think it was fourth industrial new Schwabia brain technology, right? Out of principle, I still wouldn't be coerced into taking it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like no.
You let them push that line, and there's no going back. That's
can I just touch on something? I saw someone just commenting. I think her name was Elisa. So she just mentioned like she's walking down the street and she'll take, like, she's not wearing a mask and someone will look at her and then just take their mask off, and that just doesn't that just go to show the level of, like, I want to say sheepness, but again, I feel derogatory saying it. But I mean, the level of, like, mass, like, we control ourselves, man. Like, you just see enough people doing something and you do it because everyone else is doing it.
I know what you're saying, man. Especially in this country, we just go along to get along.
Yeah. So shout out Lisa for that point. But that's some real talk, man. Like, I've been the same. I'll walk in the shop with no mask and I'll see someone just take their mask off because I'm not wearing a mask. And it's like, well, that's why we do it. And not only that, like, why are you doing it in the first place? Because your friends are going to shun you? Because your family's going to shun you? Where's your integrity, man? Oh, by the way, can I just also quickly say, Lance, check out my shirt, bro.
Stop censorship,
Yeah, man. Truth T-shirts. He sent me a little package. Go check him out if you can on Instagram.
Speaking of T-shirts, Hend, right? What size are you?
Small, obviously small, bro. Look at me,
mate.
Extra small.
I'm glad you said that.
Why? What you got for me? You got a Rise Above shirt for me? Mate, I love the fact I never have to buy clothes again, and all my shit is just conscious clothes that I get given.
You've seen we've got Rise Above, like, merchandise and everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, like, this is one that I hand drew myself.
Oh, that's dope. What does it say?
It's like the White Rabbit. It actually says, you know what time it is. # Rise Above. Yeah. That's hand drawn by me, and this is small, mate. This is yours. I'll send this to you.
You're a fucking G, man. That is sick as well. Did you draw the rabbit? Did you draw a rabbit as well?
Yeah, mate. I drew it on my tablet.
Oh, that is hard, yeah. I've got someone behind me, and she is a sick artist, bro, and I think she would rate that fully. That is hard.
Mate. Thank you very much. This is yours, mate.
Oh, you're a G. Do you know what, bro? I'll come and get it from you in person. I'll come take a trip
mate,
down.
I'd love to have you down. Oh, we've got someone else with us. Let's say hello to Inner Guardians, aka Master Lee.
Master Lee. Sorry, that's your accent. I mean, Master Lee. Come on.
I say Master. You say Master.
I was going to say, where are you from? Where are you guys from? Are you London?
I'm from Bournemouth, South Coast. Inner Guardians, salutations.
Devon, Southwest. Salutations, Master Lee.
Salutations, big man.
Salutations and elucidations.
How you doing? All right?
Yeah. It's been a busy week.
It has been a busy week. Welcome to Rise Above Light, the condensed show, mate. I suppose it's no different for you, really. It's just it's still the same connection, but.
Clara, I've got you. Don't worry. I'll get Rise Above in Leicester. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll come up there. Have you been listening, Inner Guardians?
Yeah, great show so far. Very good.
Do you remember when I played the Coronialism tune first of all last week? We were deep in the chat and I was like, listen, I've got to cut this chat. I found this dude's music video. Let me whack this on. Put it on. Everyone's like, boom. Love this guy.
Yeah, I heard it on the show. I've also listened to it a couple of times since then.
Excellent wordplay.
How did you stumble across it, bro?
I honestly don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. Maybe somebody sent it to me.
It's the algorithms. They're a blessing and a curse.
I don't know.
The universe presented it.
Yeah,
yes,
the universe
that's what I like to think, Master Lee. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's been a really crazy week on the backlash of last week's show in the Guardians, because we unleashed the secret of 33, the third force, the law of 3, the power of 3.
Sure.
And there's been a lot of 33s going on this week, hasn't there?
Yeah, I recommend for Comprehend to listen to that, because some of the questions that he's asked already, the answers are already in that.
What's that? Sorry, is that your tune?
No, we did a show last week about this 33 phenomenon, about why the Freemasons are so into 33, why many people are seeing it, etc. But there's a 1 hour segment where Inner Guardians basically explain what the third force is, or the law of 3.
Okay.
And it's super powerful. It's not so much it's something that you'll learn, it'll be reminding you of something you already know.
Okay.
It's one of them ones, yeah. It's up on my other station where I keep all the condensed videos. It's about 55 minutes long.
Would you send me the link, Lance, just in case? Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all part of natural law and creation, so we already have this. It's just that it's been occulted, and this is the sort of work of the those behind the 33 and the denying force, is to occult the knowledge that we should already have, which puts us in a very bad position where we're disadvantaged through lack of knowledge and understanding.
Are you part of Anonymous with like the lack of visuals and stuff?
No, Inner Guardians is just probably on Grey Ops tonight. He's
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
He's a close protection spec.
I was thinking, yo, he's coming on some like fucking like underground deep, like, yo, bro, let me tell you how it is, but you can't see my face, I'll get killed.
No, I'm very public. Very public.
Okay, yeah. Are you like are you a musician? Sorry, I only found out about this show 4 days ago, innit? So I've done a bit of research, but I don't know all you lot as individuals.
Introduce yourself properly in the Guardian.
How do we sum up Master Lee?
All right, okay, I'll try and do elevator speech, whatever they call it, in under 30 seconds.
Elevator pitch.
Yeah, I mean, age-wise, I'm a lot older than everybody else on the show. My background is from the martial arts, actually. And my mother was actually very spiritual. She was into yoga and stuff like that. So from a young age, I got into stuff like astral projection and various other metaphysical things, literally from the age of 8 onwards. Now, because it's not acceptable to pursue the metaphysical, and it doesn't generally work well for you if you want to just get on in life, when I hit the age of around about 16, I just did what everybody else did. And I fell into that sort of cycle of routine and the mundane, just trying to earn a living and pay my bills and so on and so forth. But anyway, I pursued the martial arts. When I got a little bit older, I started to get into occulted groups. So I started to join various different groups and studied. So while everybody else was out partying, having a good time, I'd be sat at home reading books. Back then, we didn't have the internet, but I had an amazing library of occulted books. And I set an intention, I set an ambition that I wanted to find out the meaning of life from a very young age. And to this day, I've maintained that. So there's nothing that I haven't really looked into to find out the mystery or what's behind the mystery. And then moving onwards, through my martial arts, various other things, I got into the protection side of things, which was for the most part on the physical level, but I took it to the metaphysical. So I combined the occult with the martial arts and self-defense, because it's all in there. The knowledge of personal protection on a metaphysical, which manifests in the physical, it's all there. It's just that it's been hidden and occulted. And there's only a few people that understand it. Well, when all this kicked off last year, I realized that there was a reason why I'm here in this timeline. And I took that as a message from the universe that I needed to bring this information to more people, because for all my life and lives before, it's always been occulted knowledge. It's only the select few or the esoteric or the mystics that would know anything like this. Well, we're at such a stage in creation that this knowledge needs to be encapsulated and released into the common consciousness of humanity. Because the way I see this, and through my research, this is our last opportunity, our last chance as a species for any type of survival. This is the final frontier where when they're going from the outside, because they control the outside, they control our lives, they control the land, they control where we live, what we eat. This is the final breach. They want to penetrate our psychology, our emotions, it's the metaphysical war or the invisible war. They want to get inside. And this is going to lead us to what you mentioned earlier about the singularity and the synthetic universe. I've spent the last 10 years, even longer than 10 years, studying the synthetic universe. All the way from what those behind it have been saying with regards to the agendas 21, 2030, and so on and so forth, right through to what the mystics and all of the occulted groups have been talking about for a long, long time. This is no surprise to anybody that's been in an occult group. What's happening right now is not a surprise. This has been talked about all the way back to the Gnostics.
Gosh.
That was a long 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I had to mute Hendrix. Hendrix, mate, can you, see on these settings on the bottom right, the little cog, can you click echo cancellation?
Sorry, mate.
That's all right, mate. We just
got a really whack laptop, that's all.
No problem, mate. Click on the little cog and go down to the bottom and click echo cancellation.
Oh, it's already on, man.
It is. All right, okay. I'll just mute you. So
let me turn my laptop down. I think that's what.
Yeah, turn the speakers down if you can a little bit. That's it. That's great.
Is that any better? Does that sound any better to you?
Yeah, it's great. We had a little feedback. So yeah, that was Inner Guardians' little intro. That this is why this dude is part of the team. As you can see, this is an esteemed character, not only in martial arts and physical protection, but also in the metaphysical arts too. So we unleashed the power of 3 last week, I believe. And we've seen some ripples in the Outerverse since that happened, in my opinion. I know you've seen it in the Guardians.
Yeah, just as a side to that, I've had a lot of feedback about last week's show. Very positive, very good feedback. It's helped a lot of people.
Absolutely.
I've been asked quite a few questions as well. We'll probably cover a few of these questions on tonight's show.
For real. Yeah, so, okay, we've assembled the team. Hendrik, I can see we've sparked your attention, bro.
Bro, my mind is fucking blown right now, man.
Welcome to Rise Above.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, abstract.
Sorry, I'm all on the jingles. Welcome to the family, mate. Welcome to the family. Crack one open. It's Friday night.
If I could have wheeled up Master Lee's speech, I would have, man. But
mate, everything is recorded, and we've got it all on YouTube. All of the teachings, and we're breaking it down, uploading it. Inner Guardians, Master Lee also has his own channel where all of this is like in detail, mate.
Bro, I'm going into that, man, because I've been in a situation recently where like I don't know how to say it. Like I was on all of this stuff, doing like researching this stuff regularly, and then it kind of got to me, man. Like it started really messing me up a little bit, so I had to take a little step back. But I know there's certain things you can look into that are just like they just resonate with you, innit? It doesn't have that negative feedback type thing. And like a lot of what Master Lee was saying then is like the kind of stuff I always try and connect with, but like it's hard to find certain, like, you know what I mean?
There are certain techniques as well when you're taking in this knowledge, and certain frames of mind you can put yourself in to avoid getting negative as well. And that's the whole reason we do this show, right? And you know, and I can tell you're going to be part of the fam going forward. The reason we've made this table for us all to sit at and talk about these ideas is because, like, some of this stuff can get really dark and very heavy. But we need to be able to talk about it lightly and to enjoy it and to open it up and to look inside.
Bro, someone called Sam has just said, welcome to the full rabbit hole, Comprehend, and that's how it feels right now.
Yeah, right. So we've got this thing, we say, like, you can dive down a rabbit hole. You can go down a rabbit hole, which is great, but if you get lost in a rabbit hole, you can't see out of it. It's much better to look at the whole rabbit. Don't dive down a rabbit hole, dissect a whole rabbit, and that's what this show's all about. We try to, like, zoom out and look at everything from every different point of view and try to see what's going on.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you're wearing your metaphysical PPE.
Your metaphysical protective mask.
Bro, I think I ran out of that, man. I'm trying to straighten myself out right now. I fell into a pit of like smoking weed all day, drinking alcohol all day, smoking cigarettes all day, not meditating enough, not getting enough exercise, and it really fucked me up, man. So I'm at a point now where I'm trying to draw it back in it. So like this is day 5 of not smoking weed. So if you lot see me smoking loads of cigarettes, that's why in it. I'm finding it hard to cope.
I'll let you off.
Yeah, in it, like, yeah. It's a coping mechanism in it. But like, real talk, like, I agree, man. You got to treat your body like a temple, and I haven't done that for the longest time, man.
Yeah, and you got to treat your mind like a mental fortress. Yeah, and that's what the show is all about. Right, I have to go to the toilet, so we're going to take a micro break of 4 minutes, and we're going to play your tune, which is, what's the 2018 tune called?
Yeah, so this is 2018. This was one of my favorite tunes I made, like, even still to this. That's why I sent it you, because I thought this will resonate with your audience. But the references are a bit outdated, but I think you lot will still appreciate the lyricism and the vibe and whatnot.
Mate, I'm looking forward to it already. I'm just ashamed I'm going to go to the toilet and I'll miss half of it. Right, we'll be back in, 3 or 4 minutes. Comprehend, don't go anywhere, mate.
I'm here.
All right, see you in a bizzle.
Yeah. Politics. Check it. Yo. I talk a lot about problems, never give solutions. It's probably cause I ain't got 'em and that shit's a nuisance. Body's always feeling rotten like this kid's a mutant. My views are seen as shocking, but to me they're proven. Before we carry on, I think some things need addressing. There's no magic one, so change will be our cheapest weapon. We formed a tragic bond between our leaders and progressing. It's like the saddest songs repeating and it feels depressing. We'll keep this lesson, if every sheep were henchmen, that's like 6 billion people reaping apprehension. That's some mad aggression, which leads to sad expressions. The quicker we find peace, the quicker we'll have blessings. I know I've got too much humility, it limits me. Everybody looks the same, they're mirrored like it's symmetry. Everybody wants the fame to feel they're in a different league. Cause we've lost all our aims, so spiritually we're living bleak. Politics is business, and they're not honest, they just want it for the riches. And the profits will come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids. Yeah, politics is business, and they're not honest, they just want it for the riches. And the profits will come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids. I've been watching what the news says, and trust I ain't amused, they push to make the truth fade like Bush was in his youth days. Their power's too great, cause money found a new way. There's always pain coming from their mouths like a toothache. Now Donald Trump's a farce, and he's a waste of space. This guy's got 10 cars and clearly needs his brain replaced, cause he would buy a yard before he helped his mates. And this cunt is the man in charge of the United States. He said he started his life broke with $1 million. Inside he knows that he's a joke and he's willing to rob us. His hands around your throat when you were killed by them coppers. His propaganda's what provokes all the militant bombers. Donald says that global warming is a myth, when in reality he really should be warning all the kids that what we're doing is destroying where we live. And we're human, so we can't survive if poisoned air exists. Politics is business, and they're not honest, they just want it for the riches. And the profits will come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids. Yeah, politics is business, and they're not honest, they just want it for the riches. And the profits will come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids. You're gonna have to accept change like a homeless man. When we awaken in our brains like I know we can. We live in a forsaken age where the Holy Land is only written on a page cause we're slowly damned. We spend our lives in the confines of the law, where slavery was legal and a plant that holds a cure can still be seen as evil when a bank with gold is pure. Which shows this world's unequal, they don't want our souls to soar. The stock market is fixed to benefit the rich, and there are armoured pigs ready to split your wig. But it gets darker than this, cause while you hit your spliff, there are starving kids who wish they'd never lived. It seems to me the time to rise is more than overdue, cause people have to flee their country just to eat some food. And though Theresa May is comfy, we all need the truth. Because without it, we're all dummies who believe the news. Politics is business, and they're not honest, they just want it for the riches. And the profits will come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids. Yeah, politics is business, and they're not honest, they just want it for the riches. And the profits will come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids. Politics is business, they just want it for the riches. So come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids. Yeah, politics is business, they just want it for the riches. So come off it with your pitches. Playing with lives, you're acting like some big kids.
Rise above. Welcome back, Mr. Comprehend.
Did you make that jingle yourself?
That's part of the tune called Rise Above that was created before this station happened. I'll tell you the story, right? I've been onto this stuff for 20 years. I've been MCing for 20 years. I'd always sort of mentioned like you'd be conscious anti-establishment. But when all this happened, I had my MCing career cancelled, which now is actually mainly combat sports. I do like MMA, I do boxing, on TV, all cancelled. And everyone's like, you need to start doing a podcast. You need to stop posting on Facebook, make a podcast. Had the tune Rise Above. So I was like, use that. I'll send it to you. It's a whole tune.
Yeah, please do, bro. Please do.
We have to collab. Do you know what? I've got a tune that I've half written. We have the beat. I've got 2 16s or maybe 2 32s. It's about the Great Reset. I reckon you should have a feature on it, bruv. Because I haven't recorded it yet. I'll send you the beat.
I'll feature on one of yours. I'll feature on one of yours. You feature on one of mine.
I love that. Gosh. Let's get everyone else back. Welcome back in the Guardians. Master Lee. Salutations. Elucidations. Oh, crazy old week. Welcome back, spoken word nerd.
Hey, Comprehend.
Yo.
Is that how I should address you? Or
yes,
Mr.
please. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned about that you thought it could be something like a zombie apocalypse or something, yeah?
Yeah.
From your research, yeah. Well, you're not wrong. you're kind of right. And I'll say this for everybody, not just for yourself. The word apocalypse, yeah, it's in the common consciousness, mainly through zombie movies and video games, yeah. Well, most people don't realize what the word or the real meaning of apocalypse. I guess a lot of people would take it probably from Revelations or something, yeah, meaning like the end of the world. When in actual fact, and you can Google this, the true meaning of apocalypse is an apocalypse is a disclosure or revelation of great knowledge.
Yes, it's the lifting of the veil, Master Lee.
Yeah. Now,
yes,
I was chatting with a modern Gnostic. I call them quantum Gnostics. So it's not the Gnosticism of sort of pre-Christ or anything like that. They're modern day digital Gnostics, and they actually said to me that this is the best apocalypse ever.
Gosh, holy shit!
To be living through
apocalypse ever.
Yeah, to be living in this time is an amazing feat. To be incarnated in this time right now, because this is the greatest opportunity in all of historical or the timeline to awaken. I always say I don't like the term awakening, but for the most part, that's the best term that we've got right now. But it's the greatest revelation for knowledge, and the knowledge is all centered on one thing. It's not about tanks, guns, war, anything like that. It's all about consent. And we're seeing this come up time and time, every day, every week, every month. It's all about consent. And even the mainstream media, they're telling us. And going back to the 33 or even the Freemasons or those behind the denying force, this is the action of the denying force. They're literally squeezing, crushing our grapes. Now, it's down to us whether we turn it into wine or we just get turned into some kind of pulp. As far as I'm concerned, I'm turning, my grapes being crushed, I'm turning it into wine. I'm turning it into elixir.
I'm turning it into anti-Coviot lemonade of the artisan type. As I explained, I know everyone thinks I'm a cheesy gimp for some of the stuff I come out with, but I don't care. Words are powerful. Yeah. Words are living language. When the Soviet Union gives you lemons and make a bespoke artisan lemonade stand and drown them in your lemonade. Rise above. Jeez. So, yeah.
And
when you go too deep, I have to make it stupid. That's just part of my role as the host of this show. I have to keep it centered.
Bro, your listeners are so sick, man. Everything they're commenting, I'm just like...
Come on.
I've said it before. Anybody that watches this show or is magnetized or drawn to this show, they're already in a state of elucidation. Now, of course, we've got some naysayers and haters that will watch it, and they probably watch the whole show and still hate it. There's not really much...
Absolutely hate it, but they still watch.
Yeah, and they give the thumbs down. How many thumbs down? What's the maximum we've got now? Is it 3 or something?
We haven't still reached 3 yet. Like last episode, we had 1, but then it disappeared. We actually went down to 0. We're at 170 likes, which is amazing for like 3,000 views. Oh yeah, by the way, I've just got to say thank you. The crowdfunder for my fight against the Soviet Union just hit £3,000, which was the actual target.
Holy shit.
I've got to say, like, massive thank you to everyone. Thank you very much. We've now got enough to pay for the solicitor.
I was going to say, what's that, an hour? And oh, mate, you're
mate, we're already at we were at 2,600. So that's or 2,700. So that's like £200 or £300. So I've got to say, massive thank you, especially if you donated £33, because most people did. I think we had like 33 donations or 33.
I know it's not to do with me, yeah, but I just want to say big up everyone, yeah, because you lot are like certified in it. You lot know, and you're acting about.
We're trying our best, mate.
Like, I know enough people to talk with.
No, man, I respect that, and that's what we are trying to do here. We're actually trying to put like our words and thoughts into action, and like help other people or provide a platform for other people to feel empowered to do something else as well. Because a lot of people complain and describe the problem, but they never give solutions.
Yeah, I was listening to Comprehend's song, and he mentioned about solutions. That was the first thing that jumped out at me, which is very interesting. And just to go back to a point, you asked me about, do I make music or anything like that? Well, I don't, but actually the stuff that I've studied is actually all about grammar. It's all about dialect. It's all about rhetoric. So I can really appreciate and really tune in to people that sing songs, especially of this nature, where you're actually using words, and words can be swords. All you got to do is change one letter around. And there's a lot of knowledge and information that's actually hidden in the language, in the words, in the rhetoric. And it always impresses me, always inspires me when I hear music of this nature. Not music, but the
Thank
lyrics.
you, Master Lee. Thank you, man. Honestly, listening to you talk inspires me as well, brother. So I'm just glad to be here and to be a part of something.
Yeah, feel free to listen to any of my stuff, either on Rise Up or in a garden.
I'm going to send Hendrik all the links of your.
Yeah, man. Send me all of that good stuff, man. I need some brain food.
Yeah, I mean,
brain food,
as an example, I mean, you'll understand all this, but elucidation. So elucidated. Within that word, you've got the word L, which for those that understand that can mean the term God or electric. You've got Lucy or Lucifer or lucid. So Luciferian, light bearers.
The light bearer.
Yeah. So all this knowledge and information is occulted. It's hidden. So even when they say the word Lucifer, we tend to think that Lucifer is a bad guy. And this is something that you have to really, I'll use the word comprehend, that you have to get the gist of or comprehend what they've done. They've inverted everything. So what they've told you is bad can quite often be good, and vice versa. So literally, whatever the government tell me to do, I kind of do the opposite.
By default, just do the direct opposite by default, just to be safe.
Yeah. And you got to learn. You got to learn to translate what they're saying. I mentioned in the group chat about the words should and could.
Yeah, about sophistry.
Yeah, sophistry. Yeah. So for those who don't know, sophistry is a method that the deceivers will use. They use language using sophistry to corrupt what they're saying or to double speak, and they insert certain words like could and should. Now, if you look at the media and Comprehend, you mentioned earlier that you don't watch the mainstream media. Well, that's not a problem because, I mean, I watch the mainstream media so that others don't have to. I literally translate it. So I'll sit there and watch it and I'll listen to what they're saying. I'll understand the sophistry and the techniques using NLP, hypnosis, all sorts of techniques that they insert into their scripts. And this goes from the politicians to the anchors to the newsreaders, so on and so forth, and the pundits and all of the others. They insert certain words. So, for instance, when they're saying could and should, what they're doing is, right, and this goes back to what I said earlier about consent. So if you look at all of the kind of bullet points or headlines, catch copies, so on and so forth, they always put the word could and should. Now, what they're doing is they're insinuating consent. So they're trying to get you to consent to something. So if you look at what's happening right now, nothing's actually mandatory. It's like, you should do this, but you don't actually have to if you don't want to.
It's social conditioning, isn't it? It's more the people leading the people more than anything, I think.
Yeah, and that's because they're abiding by the laws of natural law and law of creation. I've mentioned many times they could easily just put a gun to all of our heads, but because they're going, this is the sort of the grand construction of humanity. They're trying to get us to put our own guns to our own heads.
The apocalypse of consent.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, not really an apocalypse in the sense of the proper definition, like you said earlier on, because an apocalypse is actually like the end of potentially one cycle, the start of a new one, an unveiling, a releasing of information. But what you're talking about is actually sort of genocide by consent. Using apocalypse in that term, because that's
self-slaughtering.
Let's go straight to the whole rabbit. So this is your coined term, self-slaughtering, which is actually what we're witnessing now. The consensual self-slaughter of yourself. Sometimes, at a procedure centre.
With any of my students, I always recommend that they study subjects like narcissism, cluster B personality disorder, psychopathy, so on and so forth, because that will reveal exactly the frequency energy that they're operating on, the controllers. Because if you remember, it's a relationship, so it's an interaction. So for those who have been involved in a relationship that's involved narcissism, it's actually no different to what the government and the powers that shouldn't be are doing to the population. It's like a macrocosm of a narcissistic relationship. And the ultimate aim of a narcissist is to get somebody to self-slaughter, is so that you crush your own grapes and then they drink your wine.
Don't.
Master Lee, I wanted to ask, mate, what have you ever tried to go off grid? And if so, or if not, what are your thoughts on that?
Great question.
Well, yeah, my school's actually called the Off-Grid Dojo.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually live off-grid for the most part, but I've said many times on this show, it's not easy. This whole system is set up for us not to do that. And actually, you just reminded me of something that I was going to mention. I haven't made any notes for tonight. I didn't do it on purpose because I'm
glad to have been of help.
Yeah. So, right, this is a very, very important point. Now, I've been involved with the prepper community for many, many years. I've studied survival techniques and so on and so forth. Now, the preppers, regardless of what's going on in the last 18 months, the preppers have always been waiting for some type of so-called apocalypse situation or grid down situation. Yeah. And I totally respect those involved in that community because they're kind of light years ahead. So when everybody was out chasing toilet paper last year, they already had a stockpile. And this is normal for the prepping community. Now, prepping is also linked to being off-grid because I would say, for the most part, being off-grid is the complete opposite to what the government or the controllers want, because it means you're independent, you're free. Okay, now, to take that a step further and to take it metaphysically, off-grid doesn't necessarily mean that you live in a field in the middle of nowhere. Okay, off-grid is also your mind. So you could actually be living in a smart city, but you could still technically be off-grid in your mind. Because you have to figure that it's not just what you externally do; it's also what you internally do. So you could be in a field, you could live in the middle of nowhere, drinking rainwater, but you could still be in prison in your mind, and vice versa. Now, obviously, we can't all tomorrow just go into the countryside and live on the field. or in the fields because, the land's been taken. There's control mechanisms put in place. For anybody that's tried living off grid, you'll quickly know, or even if you've done any van living or van life, it only takes like literally one night and you get moved on by some enforcer or council or something like that.
Same in Australia, man. I tried to do that there.
Yeah.
Camper van life. Same all over the Western sort of globe, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So if you look at all the parking facilities and lay-bys, they're now starting to enforce them. As in, you can only stay there for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you get a fine or wheel clamped or a notice. Excuse me, a notice from the local council. It's really difficult. So I'm more focused on right now on the mentally and emotionally, psychologically and metaphysically being off grid, as opposed to physically just being off grid. Because like I say, tomorrow we can't all just run into the countryside and live there. And for a lot of people, they're stuck in a situation where they've got a mortgage, they've got a house, they've got kids, they've got to make money, so on and so forth. So to actually get to the point of being off grid could literally take you a whole lifetime. Now, I don't want to make, discourage people from that, because it is actually doable, but it's not easy. Because remember, the way this realm or the matrix is constructed, it's all designed as an open prison.
You have to have a lot of resources to be able to even attempt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, man.
And the mindset.
You have to be economically and resource-wise self-sufficient to be even, to have that springboard to say, right, I'm going to purchase that land. I'm going to make my own water source. I'm going to dig that latrine. I'm going to get the power source, whatever it is, whether it's your solar panel. That's no easy feat.
In some countries it's illegal to trap water, rainwater.
Yes, I was about to say in America it's illegal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've read that. Man. Me and my boys have been talking about going off grid for the longest time, man. But we're all just it's too complicated, man. We don't.
The only way to do it right now is to buy a van and to cover your roof in solar panels and
even like Master Lee says, man, there's still restrictions in place even if you're doing that, man. Like, where do you stop? But you're not going to get moved on.
And they're coming in all the time, all these anti-traveller laws right now. I've got a feeling that's actually nothing to do with the traveller community, the gypsies, the Romani, the Irish travellers. I've got a feeling it's nothing to do with them. I have a feeling that's actually to do with all the coming people that want to start getting off grid, that are buying vans, that are, thinking about the reset.
I would say for the most part, being off grid is all about what frequency you're actually tuning into. So if you tune into the frequency of the mundane, going along to get along, and the line of least resistance, then the frequency is like automatic, it's mechanical. To go into any other frequency, which they make it very hard to do, and it's a very narrow bandwidth of frequency, you actually, you have to take responsibility for everything. And this brings me to another very important point, which links to last week's show, that for the most part, most people don't want the third force because it means they have to take responsibility. They have to make their own decisions. I can guarantee you can walk down the street and ask 10 people, at least 9 of them are quite happy that the government are telling them what to do. And they want more. They actually, deep down, psychologically, they want more restrictions.
Govern me harder, Daddy.
Yeah. This is why
we've all seen the meme. I shared it.
Yeah.
You often hear me use the term, you say you don't like to use the word sheep. Well, I agree with that, but sometimes I use the word gimp or cuck because
it makes sense.
Or adult baby. That's another one of our favourite ones.
Yeah, adult baby. Yeah.
Lee, I meant to say, I just wanted to interject quickly. You were saying about living in smart cities, right? So it's all about your mindset and sort of your vibrational state and things like that. Do you not find that they put technologies in place, i.e. 5G, things like that may potentially influence those vibrations in something like a smart city?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But even with the what we call it now, procedure or the glorious cure, in my opinion, that can be overridden by the intangible, by the metaphysical, as in intent, aim, imagination.
So I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at someone's just.
Oh, Gould has always got the funny comments. Schwab, my babies.
Schwab, my babies, one more time.
I had to put it on the screen. Sorry, in the Guardians.
Yeah, so we're far more powerful than they've told us, and they've taught us, and they've educated us. And this is the crux of the matter. We are the co-creators. We are the third force, or we have the potential to have the third force. When they're displaying the 33, like I mentioned last week, they're trying to tell us that they own themselves and they own us. When in actual fact, we should have the triad, the law of three. We should have the three parts, the left and the right. Now, what's the missing part? The missing part is the intangible. I would say for the most part, the missing part is what most people would say is God. Now, they've told us that God is not here. God is somewhere else. God is out there. God is in space. God is in the cloud. I think that's a massive deception, and that's the biggest trick that was taught to humanity through the channels of most mainstream religions and religious teachings. Because what you got to remember, most religious teachings went through the filter of the kings and the queens and the controllers. So they only tell us what they want us to know, and to put us into, when we're seeking liberation, unfortunately, we're put into a deeper state of enslavement. And, so God is missing, but what is God? If I ask you, what is God?
Can I answer that just quickly? Sure. Because I feel like I know what you might say, but I'm not 100% sure. But my interpretation of God is the highest form of my self-consciousness that I can reach. And obviously we're all interlinked, in my opinion. And yeah, that's what I always perceived God as. Everyone always said God is this external being, but for me, God was always internal, innit? And it's not something you believe in. It's more appreciating a certain state of elevation you can reach if you do the right things. I don't know if that's what you're going to say, but that's sort of my perception on God.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've gone one step further than I was. I actually had another question that was going to lead after that, but you jumped straight in.
He pre-comprehended you, Master. Look at that.
But you see, that's a good example of gnosis. Like, you already know. The gnosis is already there. You just need reminding. And this is why shows like this and speaking to various different types of people and having a certain state of mind of being able to receive impressions and observations is critical, because all you're going to do is remind yourself of what you already know. You've already got the gnosis. It's just through our education system that gnosis, or particular gnosis, has either been corrupted or denied us. So my next question was going to be, so, what is God? The next question is, what is God to you? Well, you've already answered that. Because for the most part, if we were to listen to our education system, God is somewhere else. God is not here. We have to go through a priest class, which has now been taken over by the religion of scientism. They've actually made science and health and pharmaceuticals the new religion. That is now becoming our third force.
Yeah. Doctors, scientists are definitely the new priest class for sure.
Yeah,
they've actually taken the place that the media have occupied, in my opinion, for decades, and almost sort of superseded the media, because these medical talking heads like your Fauci's and your Whitties, they might be part of the CDC or a politician, but they're also television talking heads.
They're the puppets, man. They're the puppets on the strings, isn't it?
Yeah, before I forget, because you mentioned it earlier, today was Klaus Schwab's presentation with regards to Polygon. What's it called? Polygon.
Cyber
Polygon. Yeah. And do you know what? I've been looking into that, and do you know what? What my take on that, what it's all about, is they're trying to push ahead with digital technology in the synthetic universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what they're doing is they're trying to take the third force of the creator or creation or natural law, and they're trying to be God, but not in the positive sense, but in the kind of negative sense. Now, what I see that they're kind of predicting is that there potentially is going to be EMP that's going to take place because of what they're doing. For those that don't know, it's an electromagnetic pulse, or It could be projection. Depends on which way you want to look at it.
I have a meme for what you are literally saying right now. It goes a little something like this. Big up Virus Man. Lord Schwab cannot decide whether to hit the red button that says scandemic or the red button that says cyber attack. And he's sweating. Right, we know this meme because this is what Cyber Polygon is all about. For anyone that doesn't know, Cyber Polygon, many people say it is essentially the Event 201. And if anyone don't know what that is, it was the scenario that basically foretold COVID in 1984. This is the Event 201 of the coming energy internet crisis, or cyber pandemic, as Lord Schwab eloquently puts it.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm alluding to is more a case of creation is going to strike back at the digital empire by using electromagnetic pulses from the sun.
Oh, so you were talking more about the coronal mass ejection idea that could create that like solar storm.
Well, yeah, it's basically going to destroy the digital world, which means if you think about it, if we lost the digital technology,
right, I'm going to Jamie something. One sec. Go on.
If that got destroyed today, their control mechanism is pretty much done.
Yep. And for anyone that thinks this is far fetched, you might not have heard of something called the Carrington event, right? Look how quickly I fucking Jamie'd that in real time.
Wait, bro, send me the link for that as well, please, bro. I can't see it.
Okay. Let me just blow it up. The Carrington event happened in 1859 during a solar cycle 10, and it was a coronal mass ejection event, which basically means a fuck off massive solar ejection of solar energy, a solar flare, and it basically fried all electromagnetic communications technology on Earth. Apparently, phone lines set on fire. Back then, you had to call the operator, and the operator always had the thing to the head. Operators' ears were burned from the power coming through the headset, touching their earlobes. It basically fried everything. And this was in 1859, 1860. So, funnily enough, around what many people think might have been the last Great Reset that happened in 1850. Funny that, isn't it, Master Lee? Look at that.
Yeah, remember I've been saying to you that I've been looking at recent history with regards to resets, and that I actually think that there was a reset around about that time from between 1800s and 19.
Yeah, and maybe the Spanish flu was the finishing off event, just like clearing the plate afterwards of all the moon food.
Yeah, so they know what's coming, right? And this whole polygon thing is.
You think it's a cover story?
Sorry.
No, sorry, I was just saying.
I was going to say, do you think it's a Yeah, it's called Cyber Polygon. It's this event, but are you saying that it's a cover story in the Guardians?
No, I'm saying that that's their defense mechanism against creation that's going to put electromagnetic pulse to destroy it. Now, if you want to live off grid, that'll be your life after the EMP.
So, Master Lee, I'm moving in with you, big man, yeah?
You have to find the secret location of his off-grid dojo first.
Mate. I know a couple people in it. We'll find him.
Good luck. Good luck. So, yeah, I mean, but let's be real. If this event happened, the last time it happened in 1859, apparently there were only telegraph poles, phone lines. Right now, this would fry every microchip.
Yep.
Every microchip. So every car that was built after the 80s, that wouldn't work anymore. In fact, every car on the road right now wouldn't work anymore without serious refitting.
Everything would be gone. The internet, computer systems, mobile phone, everything.
So are you guys saying this is a planned event? Like they know this is coming up, so they're putting specific narratives in place? Is that what you're saying? Or okay.
That's what we suggest. I believe that's what we're suggesting, yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm suggesting natural law. I'm suggesting creation will do this. Not necessarily.
I think Comprehend is saying that. I think Comprehend is saying that the agents of the denying force could be using something like Cyber Polygon as a cover story to explain this.
So yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. That's what he said.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here, but I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was last night. I said, look, how deep down the rabbit hole do you want to go tonight? Well, this is kind of this is just touching the surface of the rabbit hole.
because many people thought that this was going to happen actually last year on December the 21st, because there was what is called a mass coronal ejection. And if you look here, this is called a solar coronal mass ejection event, a CME. Now, coronal, is this a coincidence? What does corona mean? It means crown.
Yeah.
It means what, sorry?
Crown.
Crown?
In my freestyle, corona, the crown of your highness, not the molecule inside your sinus. This ain't it's a crown, yeah? So maybe the coronal mass ejection on December the 21st was just a little wet squib. But there could be something like the Carrington event. I mean, if this happened right now, yeah, I mean, we'd be absolutely screwed.
Well, I've always thought something like that would be more useful, especially to the powers that be, when we get to a day and age where we've got like self-driving cars and like, do you know what I mean? Things like that. And then
if this happens, the only piece of technology that would survive it would have to be sealed inside a lead box or inside a lead lined bunker.
That's what I'm saying, but I mean, my whole thing is they're just trying to kill as many people as possible, isn't it? So I figure if there's like self-driving cars and shit going on, I mean, you lot are obviously clearly way more clued up than me. I'm learning a lot here, especially from your fans, like the people commenting. I'm breezing through their messages, and I'm like,
we can make a show just about what's contained in the chat room. Like often, me and Andy, my co-host, he's not here tonight. Sometimes we're chatting away, and he's like, "Have you seen what they're saying in the comments?"
I'm reading it all, man. Like I'm very like bouncing from one thing to another. I'm not the kind of guy who can sit there without looking like a nervous wreck, innit? So I'm like constantly reading the comments, listening, doing 20 things at once, and these lot are smashing it, man. The things they're saying, I'm like, what?
We often say that this show's like a rabbit hole assault course. It's like you can't just dive down one different rabbit hole because there's like so many ones are presented. You're just like, it's like boshing the rabbit when it comes out the hole. Right. Yeah, mate, I'm glad you brought this up in the Guardians, because I was talking about this last year, and I'm not going to say I was disappointed that it didn't happen in December, because I didn't want it to happen. But yeah, I mean, this would be
there's got to be
a bunker would be finished.
There has to be a pushback from creation. You know, with everything that they're doing, and probably this is connected to what they talk when they talk about global warming and stuff like this. It's kind of like they're preempting an event that may take place in creation.
Master Lee, did I ask you your thoughts on AI?
No, I wasn't on the show then.
Can I hear your thoughts on that, please?
Yeah. How long have you got?
I'm not gonna lie, not long, but I still want to hear. I still want to just give me not an elevator pitch, because that's way
just the
too
gist,
short.
just the gist of it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, well, look, my take on it is this: that they're trying to create a synthetic universe where they want to upload consciousness. Now, the same they've already done it for the most part. Even if you look at Facebook, Facebook goes way past the boundaries that it should, in terms of it wants to get inside your psyche. And even with smart technology like mobile phones. Now, I don't know if you've had this, where you've had a conversation with somebody, and then literally the next day you get adverts come up. Or
I was about to say, did you? I don't know. There was a show on Netflix or something. Not that I trust necessarily those sources, but I like Netflix because it takes its own independence into priority. But I saw a show. It obviously turns out social media knows more about you than you do. It knows when you're pregnant before you do. It knows all of this, and I know they're listening all the time, because you'll be talking about, oh, I need a job or something, and then next thing you know, you're getting all these like job agencies pop up on your timeline and stuff.
Yeah. So Lance mentioned it earlier about like it will know what you're thinking. It will know the answer before you've even asked the question. Yeah. Now this connects to consent and free will. Now, if you watched last week's show, I mentioned about the third force is basically the design. It's being the architect or the co-creator, having the correct response with responsibility, and not being an adult baby in a nutshell. Now, if they take us into a synthetic universe, if you think censorship's bad now, can you imagine what it's going to be like then? Because they'll actually.
Well, this is what Lance was saying, man. I hadn't even taken that into consideration. The fact they might be able to like auto filter your thoughts and stuff like that if it's in control by an external party.
Yeah, you couldn't even have like an inappropriate right-wing hate speech thought or whatever they want to call it when you tell the truth.
Yeah,
they would actually filter that out before you think it. Like when you try to upload something now, the algorithm will kick into action on Facebook, and certain things will say, you don't want to upload this will cause a community strike, whatever. It actually catches you before you've uploaded it. Well, imagine the upload is the manifestation of your thought, whether you write it down or you speak it. That's the real world equivalent of uploading something to Facebook. Well, imagine when it just says no, you can't say that, and that process happens. Yeah.
Comprehend. Have you watched Black Mirror?
Yes, mate. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. Well, that's like a precursor.
No, I know. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is fully feasible. The whole thing is fully feasible.
Yeah. And have you noticed they've done it in such a way that it's actually like it's kind of in the timeline of now?
Yeah. It's tied in perfectly. Like 20 years from now, that could all be fully feasible.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's the aim of what I call the denying force. So because I'm trying to, because you haven't got the luxury of the previous information from the shows, but so for instance, the denying force are those that live on a horizontal line. They don't understand ascension. They don't understand.
They're running this way instead of this way.
Yeah, they're like a freight train going in on a horizontal line. Now, all they can do is get faster and faster. They can't actually go upwards, which is connected to the symbol of the pyramid. Now, they operate on a horizontal line. Now, for them to expand, they just have to go further along the horizontal line. So if you have a conversation with a horizontalist, you couldn't really talk about consciousness.
No, I've been there, man. I've been there.
Yeah, or raising their level of consciousness or quality of consciousness or any form of ascension. It doesn't exist in their world. So the only way that they can expand things is synthetically instead of naturally or organically. So their only means of creation is to do it synthetically. And this is where they're going to go with the AI. This is why they're obsessed with artificial intelligence, which is actually oxymoron. The two things don't actually go together because if it's artificial, it's not intelligent. But we're far more intelligent than the AI. All they're doing is they're siphoning our knowledge and information, but through the mechanisms of things like social media or Facebook, is that the AI is learning how to be conscious. But the problem is, you see, for the horizontalists or these denying forces, they can't control our free will. They can't control our consent. They can't control the thoughts that you have in your mind. They can try, but ultimately you have free will, what takes place in your mind. And you don't even need eyes to see. This is something that I sometimes struggle to communicate to some of the students. And we can all do it right now, right? Look at the screen that you're looking at right now, yeah? So take a look at it. Then close your eyes. You can still see it. You can still see the screen. Whatever picture is on the screen,
like I can picture it in my mind. I can't like physically see it, but I could. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. I can.
Yeah, that's the Eye of Ra. That is what they can't control.
Shout out Ra.
That's what they're going
perception.
For. Yeah, that's what they're going for.
Yeah, man.
They're going for your third eye.
No, I know, man. But you tell it like, sorry, I don't mean this in a condescending way, but you're telling me, bro, I've been learning about the whole fluoride and the toothpaste and shit. I was a kid, man, and my parents were making me brush my teeth with toothpaste with fluoride in. And I'm there like, I just want to be a happy person, and you calcify my pineal gland, and I'm trying to sort my shit out, you know?
Yeah, a multi-platform attack on our connection to the source.
Yeah, but it's the way it's socially like brought in so beautifully, like, you know, this will keep your teeth clean. This will give you healthy bones. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, if you really keep it, like the whole way we live fundamentally as like a normal functioning society is so fucked, man. And there's like 3 companies that own all of our food. And like the whole thing is just a massive mind fuck, man. And it takes a lot of meditation to not lose your shit. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion.
Build a mental fortress, mate, to defend yourself from these people.
Yeah.
I say people lightly.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few words that you need to ponder on, like simulation and projection. So, for the most part, we understand simulation from video games. Most of the quantum Gnostics, they use video games as a reference point to describe creation, but in a synthetic way. A lot of people can relate to it. Oddly enough, most people can't relate at all to natural creation. We've been disconnected from natural creation. We don't know anything about natural creation. Now, even my grandparents or even my parents would understand creation far better than I do. Most kids now, they couldn't even grow a tomato.
Bro, I can't. I've got a bonsai tree here. It was given to me for my birthday. It's the first living thing I've ever been like given, like had to look after. And like even I'm there like, what? And like that's so mad that like we don't even know how to look after a plant, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at nature. Yeah, look at flowers. You know, flowers, they open up to receive certain radiation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is amazing. It's completely amazing. But for most kids,
I didn't know that.
For most kids, that's not amazing. For most kids, getting to level 10 on some game is amazing. Yeah.
I'll give you that, big man. I'll give you that 100%.
Yeah. So they're already steering us in the direction of simulation and the synthetic universe. And once you're in the the synthetic universe, you're going to be denied access to any creator of natural law or of creation, because God is not there. God will be invisible there. And that's what they're trying to do. That's the agenda for them, because they're very anti-creation. They're very anti-nature or natural law.
Yeah. And we've been told that, you know, creationalism is stupid, right-wing Christian fundamentalism. You talk about intelligent design, then you're denying science. And then when you start to look into the most cutting-edge theoretical physicists, the most cutting-edge biologists, most of them believe in intelligent design.
Yeah,
Einstein.
Boys, let me ask you a question, yeah? And this is obviously I'm new to this.
We've got to take a break in a sec. Yeah, we'll finish off with this question before.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's all right. No.
I wanted to ask what people's perception was of us potentially having joined with Anunnaki, and you know potentially monkey DNA. I've heard this theory floating around: half monkey, half Anunnaki.
You expect us to answer that before the break?
Whoa, I didn't know there was a break coming, big man. I didn't know there was a break coming.
I'm joking with you. Who wants in a Guardian? I tell you what, in a Guardians, you give your answer while I go to the toilet and have my own personal break.
Yeah, guys, honestly, I'm reading all the comments and I'm really loving it. So let me know what you lot think, and I'm reading it. He can go toilet. I'm reading it.
Okay,
I'm here for it.
I'm probably not the best person to ask about the Anunnaki. I generally don't buy into a lot of the stuff. For me, all of history's been corrupted and hijacked. For the most part, we have absolutely no idea of what's taken place. All I do know is that any form of genetic modification is nothing new. Personally, I think we are part of an experiment that's taken place over thousands of years. So we're kind of a mixture of many different things. We're very, we've been hybridized with many different things, naturally and artificially. So right now people are getting worried because they're taking the spear. Well, for me, I've already had injections when I was a kid, when I was a baby. So as far as I'm concerned, I've already been genetically modified in one way or another. Not to the extent of what they're doing now, but in some part. Yeah, either through the water, through air pollution, through food, education. We're in a very difficult position because right from the moment we're born, we've been genetically modified for the most part.
Massively, I took a lot of drugs in my life, man, so I compare it to that, innit? Like, yes, I've been vaccinated. I've also took a lot of man-made substances that I shouldn't have in it, so...
Yeah. But my solution to that is that we do have tools. We do have things that can actually counteract it. You know, we have free will, we have intent, we have imagination. We have the capability to create. We have the third eye, we have the eye of Ra. We have something that those in control don't have. We're not on the spectrum of we're not narcissists necessarily, although we do have part of that. So we have qualities that they can only dream of. They're actually envious and jealous of us. This is why they hate us.
Do you... I'm sorry I keep interrupting, man. It's just my thoughts are so like flicking. If I don't write it down, I'll forget. Like I'm that like in between. But so based on what you were just saying, yeah, that these people might like in some ways envy the way that we're able to, you know, have the certain power or influences we have. Do you feel like the people? I know this. Like again, this might be far fetched. So I'm just throwing out stuff I think about that I can't necessarily always talk to people about.
Nothing's far-fetched here, mate. This is what we're all about.
That's why I'm here. But there's thoughts, the people in power are reptilians, or that they come with this like proper negative low frequency energy, or they're trying to what are you lot's thoughts on that?
Right, I'm putting my hand up because I want to answer this question. Right, this is what I believe. See those who we might call the double R mafia, or those
What's that?
Those people, their names end with R, Rothschild and Rockefeller. Yeah.
Okay.
The people call them Khazarian mafia.
Will that get you deplatformed?
Sorry.
Will it get you deplatformed?
I just want to be super careful. This is a Virgin channel. We've had no strikes.
Sure.
Some people call them very mistakenly like whoish people with a J, because they're not. These people, this is what my research had led me to believe. They believe that they are the offspring, the very diluted offspring of the half-breed between the Anunnaki priests. When the Anunnaki left, the physical beings that were here 350 to 450,000 years ago, as the Sumerian tablets tell us from whatever translation, when they left half-breeds here, which the Old Testament would call the Nephilim. Yeah?
I know about it.
They're the half-breeds of the sons of gods who came down and mated with the daughters of men, etc., etc. Well,
it's so deep.
The word Ashkenazi. Have you ever noticed that sounds a little bit like Anunnaki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I've not heard that word before. If you could explain.
This priest class is mostly of a group that call themselves Ashkenazi. Who say they're Jewish, and I can't even talk about this. I can't talk about that. It sounds like Anunnaki, but basically, this priest class that we're talking about believe they are the genetic offshoots of the half breeds of the Anunnaki priest class that were left behind.
So do they feel like they're more pure than us, or
no? They believe that they are a completely different race to us, and we are the cattle, and they are the masters. That's what they believe, in my opinion. Those that believe they are the literal genetic offspring. The one that have the Rh negative, rhesus negative blood. Because this is what the real racial supremacy is about in this planet. It's not about skin colour. It's not about black or white. It's about what blood you have.
No, 100%, man.
And it's about 3% of people. And not all of the people that have this blood are of some slave master class, because some of them are completely innocent people, regular people. But this priest class believe they are the genetic ancestors of a hybrid, half-breed of an off-realm visitor class that left. Yeah, that's what they think they are. That's what the blue blood and the inbreeding is all about in the elites. That's why they inbreed. No, I would not a lot.
Yeah, this is why I take it metaphysical. So all of the ancient texts, including the Old Testament, I literally not translate it. I actually decipher it as all being metaphysical. So even like the story of Cain and Abel, for me, that means the right and the left side of the brain.
Yeah, that's what Godfad says.
Bro, I've been saying this, and I've not actually heard another person reiterate this to me, but I've been saying the whole time that all these religious contexts and metaphors for like, people are taking it the wrong way, man. They're missing
archetypal stories.
They're taking it as practical things that have happened. And I'm like, no, you've got to understand it's all because it's been diluted, like you said, through time and through different people picking it up and doing certain things with it. It's been so misinterpreted. But I see the whole thing as a metaphor, man. When I read the Bible, I learn life lessons. When I see other people read the Bible, they're like, Joseph did this with Mary and Jesus did this with... This is no disrespect to anyone who's Christian, by the way. I just don't buy any of that shit in it. I just think it's, like I say, a metaphor for like how human consciousness and everything actually is.
And there's a few historical things in there as well, allegedly.
Well, for me, right, all of these ancient texts and stuff, it's how the knowledge was encapsulated at the time of resets. So if you see anything that has historical significance in terms of religious texts, that is probably at a time when they had a particular reset and the knowledge had to be occulted. And only those who have eyes to see can see. So something simple as like, well, I shouldn't say the word simple, but like the crucifixion.
Thank you, George. Sorry, mate. Sorry, carry on.
The crucifixion of Christ. So Christ was crucified on a cross on Golgotha. Golgotha means skull. he had a thief on his right and a thief on his left, which represents the eyes. So they're talking about the skull, and Christ is the third eye. Yeah. So there's different ways you can look at it. You can look at it literally, that's what happened, or you can look at it metaphysically as an analogy or a way of occulting our internal terrain, our internal landscape, our internal mechanisms. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah.
No, 100% does. It 100% does. I'm just already thinking about what I want to jump in with, but that's the way my mind works, isn't it? I'm listening.
I think the only thing that hasn't really been attacked is astrotheology. I think that's really the only place.
What's that, bro?
Well, it's to do with like how the planets work and.
Oh, so like astrology mixed with like geography, or? Yeah,
it's basically
astronomy mixed with astrology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that right in the Guardians? Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, and it also explains like existence. It explains creation in the most direct sense. Now, we're given a certain education about this planet does that and this planet does this, and we're going to land on this planet and land on that planet and so on and so forth. When in actual fact, it's all to do with our mechanisms, as without, so within, as above, so below. We all have a sun, we all have our moon inside. And they represent different things, different aspects. We have different seasons. What you're looking at is, we talk about the map is not the terrain. Well, when it comes to astrotheology, that is the map. In my opinion, my humble opinion.
That's some mad shit, man. Real shit.
Yeah, but it's an area that most people don't know anything about. I mean, I struggle to understand it because I was never taught this in my education system.
But Christianity is laced with astrotheology. It's the reason that Jesus has 12 disciples. Yeah, the 12 months, the 12 astrotheology signs.
Yes.
If you look at the picture of the Last Supper, yeah. Each of the people sat at that table, there's not just 12 of them. Each of them represents a sign of the zodiac.
Yep.
Santos Bonacci is he calls himself Mr. Astrotheology. So if you want to learn about it, I would say Santos Bonacci is a good person to learn about astrotheology. How all the Greek gods and all the Roman gods and all of the religions are basically about the 12 signs of the zodiac, also about the planets. Satanism, Saturnism, the planet Saturn. Comes back to the geometry, the Freemasons. It always comes back to the whole rabbit. And we're talking about the occult. I don't know what you think of this term, comprehend, but basically we're occult. We are occultists, but we're not dark occultists. We are
de-occultists.
We are de-occultists.
I'll be honest with you. My view on occultist, I don't really have anything that necessarily comes to mind other than. I don't know, necessarily people who, I don't know, dig deeper into maybe the context of religion, or maybe dig deeper into the context of
the word occult comes
side of things. Like, I know occultist, but like you say, I've always had sort of maybe negative connotations with that. But
yeah, and I had negative connotations as well before I realised that it is what I am, because what it means is that oculi is the phonetic word to look, to see. So to occult means actually to hide. So the occult just means hidden. Okay. It means hidden knowledge. So anyone that's interested in looking into
occultist, then, boys.
Yeah. You're an occultist as well. Now, obviously, the people that we're talking about, this Double R Mafia, the Denying Force, the Dark One, they're dark occultists. They are occultists as well.
What I've always associated it with. But is that for a reason? Is that like they've done that on purpose?
To put it into a nutshell, basically, whatever you want to talk about, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the secret societies, they have occulted the sacred knowledge of the mystery schools of all time, and they've used it for themselves. They've hidden it from other people, and they've used it for service to self. Whereas, you can be an occultist,
enlightened and still be a dick.
Yeah. You can use this knowledge for service to others and service to the greater good. But obviously, those who have hidden it through this network of secret societies that people call the Hidden Hand, the Cabal, whatever you want to call it, they're dark occultists. We class ourselves as. Go on.
My take on it is that, but it's slightly different. So, as an example, because I don't take the position of victim, and this is very important for me to take the first position of power, okay, the first person position. So my triad is complete. So I don't see them as a major problem. In fact, I see them as assistants, because all they are is agents of the denying force. Remember, you can't escape the denying force because we live in a realm that has to have three forces. I actually, I've got to be careful how I say this, but I actually take my hat off to them because they're actually doing a dirty job that maybe they don't even want to do, but they're employed by the denying force. Now, whether they've sold their souls, and maybe it's almost like the story of Judas. Without Judas, Christ couldn't have been crucified. So in actual fact, Christ needed Judas for the crucifixion.
He provided the catalyst. He provided the catalyst for the crucifixion.
Is that like yin and yang?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But so for instance, we need if we're going to have a great awakening, we need a denying force, because without the denying force, we're not going to have something to wake us up.
Without rain, there's no sun. Without cold,
exactly, yeah. Now, in the morning when you wake up and the alarm clock wakes you up, you're probably going to look at the alarm clock and you want to throw it out the window. At that moment in time, the alarm clock is a problem. It's an enemy. It's the denying force. But in actual fact, it's quite useful because it's going to get you up to go about wandering around this realm in the pursuit of happiness. So that, to me, that's how I see the denying force. Of course, I don't succumb to it. I'm not a victim of it. I use the denying force because my triad's complete. Now, if my triad's not complete, then I'm like a deck chair that's been collapsed. I'm useless.
A victim of the current situation. Someone that's the third part of their triad isn't complete. That third force is not in their control. So they've got their left and their right on the horizontal, but the third force, the design, is not in their hands. And this is what we talk about, comprehend, when we're talking about the third force. In a triangle, the first two forces are the left and the right on the horizontal, but the third force is the design. And if you're not in design of what's going on, you talked about it earlier on, but I almost pulled it out third force, but you didn't realise you're talking about people aren't thinking and taking control of their own mind and are analysing what's going on. They've lost their third force. And this is what we're talking about. This is what the 33 is all about.
I feel like I'm fighting for my third force, if I'm honest, right now. But
to be fair, I mean, look, right, we're critical thinkers, right? And we can look at this realm objectively. To be fair to the denying force, don't you think they're trying to help us?
Well, without their catalyst, without their reason, well, they're providing a reason for people to evolve.
Yeah, to have
the situation specifically that's happening now is giving people a reason to use that side of them.
Yeah.
Well, how many people, comprehend, do you know in your friendship group or your group of influence, people you know, how many people do you know since this have happened have actually started to ask questions and what we would say, wake up to the greater situation? How many people have you noticed it?
Well, I've not, like, obviously not all, I'd say most of my boys are already on that wavelength, but for me it's been surprising the amount of people who weren't already on that wavelength that have started using that sort of part of their brain and thinking about things in that way.
Okay, let's put it a more direct way. Would we be having this conversation right now about the subject we're talking about if it wasn't for what's going on?
No, because I would have never created Rise Above. I wouldn't have become a YouTuber. I'd still be...
It depends if, in my opinion, it depends if you believe everything happens for a reason, which I do. But I kind of think you draw towards you, law of attraction, and you draw towards you what...
The necessary evil.
Yeah.
We can't live forever.
It is.
There is no utopia in this realm. We can't live forever. And there's a reason why there's no utopia is because there's three forces. And one of those forces happens to be a negative or denying force or criminal.
So I've got to go in a sec, boys.
Oh, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
No, wait. I'm not done yet. I've got one more question. I'm not. Don't try and do me like that, Lance.
We got you back. Don't worry.
So this is a bit of an abstract one, yeah. But I remember reading that. I don't even know how to word it because it's a bit vague in my mind right now, but there's essentially a force field around the earth that is being protected at certain different points around the globe geographically. And there's, I don't know, spiritual protectors, whether that's like a group of monks or I don't know, but there's essentially an energy field around earth that is being created by human consciousness that is protecting us from certain things. I just wanted to see what you lot thought of that. Really, I don't know the ins and the outs, but I don't know if you lot have heard about that. What you think about it?
Well, there's two things. There's one is you've got the affirming force, which is the counter to the denying force. They would be the mystery schools. Now, there's lots of mystery schools all around this realm that are making a difference. Without those mystery schools inserting the affirming force or reinforcing the affirming force, this would be a complete shit show. It would be a horror movie. Yeah. So they address the balance. Now you've also got what I term the quantum mystics or mystery schools, which are the ones that are using the ancient knowledge of the ancestors and the forefathers and so on and so forth, and they're bringing it to the current situation right now. And then you've got the likes of myself, who are now stepping out from the shadows to de-occult and to give away this information. Now, you must understand, nothing is free in creation. Everything has to be paid for. There's no credit in this realm. And what it entails is it needs conscious labor. So everybody has to be a participant in creation. Now, and this explains why some people just go along with the narrative. It's because they don't want to be participant or participating in creation. They're taking the line of least resistance. And I mean, I could go on for hours, but just to cover the point again, everybody's aware of the term ley lines, yeah? Yeah. So there's ley lines around this realm. Okay. Now, what's another word for ley? It's to lie.
Lie.
Yeah. Now, so for those who don't have the word force,
did you say?
No, lie. Lay or lie. Lie.
Sorry, my speaker on my laptop is terrible. Line.
No, lie, like to lay or lie. It's another word.
Oh, sorry. Thing. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. Sorry.
Yeah, to lie. Lie also means to deceive or be deceived. Okay.
The inversion.
Yeah, this all goes back to rhetoric and language and grammar. Yeah.
I was about to say, I've got one more question actually.
No. Let me just finish this point, right? So those without the third force, they'll quite happily use a lie, whether it's a lie to themselves or a lie given to them from the powers that shouldn't be, or the artificial controllers. And we're living in a matrix of energy, frequency, vibration, and channels, and all the energy of this realm is channeled through these ley lines. Now, for those without the complete triad, they're basically giving away their essence. So when I talk about the grapes being crushed into wine or into an elixir, that's their essence. That's being squeezed and siphoned off using the Matrix. You've seen the film The Matrix, yeah?
Yeah.
So everybody's a battery for essence and energy. So the objective is to create your triad where you're not giving away your essence, that you're natural. And this goes, remember I said, they're jealous, they're envious of us. Because that's what we have, that they don't have.
They're jealous of our essence because they don't have any themselves. We're like an essence cell, like a little essence factory for them. It's harvesting our energy.
Yeah, and you've got to be really, really careful with when you're exposing all of this. You've got to be very, very careful not to go into a state of fear, as in like, oh, they and them and the Illuminati and the controllers, and because every time you say that, every time you do that, you're giving them essence.
Yeah, they're pathetic. They're actually a parasite.
Yeah, many modern Gnostics will use the term ankle biters. So you've heard of the term archons.
Yeah.
Now, generally speaking, the Gnostics or conscious Gnostics don't use that word because it means rulers. So every time you say archon, you're actually reaffirming their position of power. So when I speak of the powers that shouldn't be, I'm quite condescending. I'm quite I mock them. I make fun of them.
You have to speak down about them always. Never treat them like a ruler.
Yeah, and I said this on the first show that I was on. You stick me in the room with 33 of these characters, and I can dress them down. I'll be able to run circles around them. I have absolutely no fear of them whatsoever.
Mate, I put you in a room with Arnold Schwarzenegger, you'd probably do that.
No, but I'm talking psychologically, and their techniques and tactics won't work on me. Their NLP, their hypnosis, their sophistry. Their occulted techniques. It won't work on me. Why? Because I spent a long time developing my personal protection, my self-defense against their mechanisms. Now, for those,
fortress.
Yeah, I wear my metaphysical PPE when I walk into that room, and I'll be carrying various different types of weapons to disarm them. When I speak of weapons, I'm not talking about war. I'm talking about weapons of peace. I can remain in the private. I'm private, protected, and peaceful. The 3 Ps. That's one of my mantras. I say that to myself on a daily basis. I'm private, protected, and peaceful. I can only be peaceful if I'm private. I can only have peace if I'm if I have my privacy. I can only have my privacy if I'm protected. I can only have peace if I have protection. It's all connected. That is a triad. The 3 Ps, and that's my mantra. And
I can see Comprehend is getting rabbit holed in real time here, mate.
Bro, you see my face,
Welcome to Rise Above, mate.
I can't wait to watch this back and just see my mind blow in front of me.
Many people say like they have to, many messages from last week. Some people are like, I've watched it back 3 times. I'm going back again. Like I have, like tomorrow is my watch back day. I spent all day watching back because I can't take it all in because I'm controlling the stream and everything. Comprehend, mate. It's been great having you on. We are going to go into a break now because I've got to play some chill out music from Xeno that I've been waiting to play for ages because it's Rise Above Light tonight. We're going to go on for a little bit later than I said. Have you got
to say something to?
Yeah, of course you have.
Yeah. Right. So, some people could say this could send them into some kind of psychosis or mental illness or breakdown with this sort of information. But look, the intent behind this knowledge is good. It's to bring you peace. It's to take away the nightmares. Okay, so that is reassuring. Now, of course, you could also receive occulted knowledge or deep, mysterious knowledge that will basically fuck you up. And we all have to be guarded and protected that. But I would say for the most part, that is what we get on a daily basis anyway from this realm.
We get that for breakfast when you turn the TV on, mate.
Bro, it's just nice to be fed it from the other direction, if you get me. But can I just say 3 things before I go, if possible? First thing,
absolutely.
Is, to everyone in the comments saying I'm fucked, I'm not fucked. I'm just having my mind blown like every 4 minutes. Although the alcohol is nice. Second of all, if possible, if everyone could follow my YouTube, my goal is to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And Double L's already done his bit, but if everyone would be willing during the break maybe to pop over to Comprehend is my YouTube channel and maybe drop a subscribe. My Instagram is Comprehend Official. And third of all, I want to say this is the best podcast I've genuinely ever been on. Like the conversation, the vibe, the intelligence, the level of like, bro, this is the most I've ever got from anything in like the past at least multiple years. So yeah, mindgasms, Steve, exactly. I've been reading all your comments, man. Yeah, it's like mindgasms right now. But yeah, I just want to say, honestly,
that's going to be a jingle next week. We'll make that a jingle on the pad. See, gosh, it's been used too much. Mindgasm. Over Beats, if you're watching, let's think about that one.
But guys, don't think this is the end, innit? Because me and Double L have got a couple of little something coming for you, innit? So yeah, if everyone could please pop over to Comprehend and subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Comprehend Official. I've got a new song coming every at least 4 weeks until February next year. But yeah, Masterly, absolute pleasure to talk to you. Word Nerd, pleasure. And yeah, Double L, thank you for having me, man.
Mate, thanks for coming on. It's been awesome. It's been great having you on, mate.
It's actually been like one of the sickest things I've done in a while.
And in the break, I'm going to put all of your links I'll put them on my Facebook. I'll put them in the Telegram. And anyone watching back, it will go into the description of the stream. So yeah, mate, big up Comprehend. We'll definitely have you back on, and you're going to feature on the Great Reset tune. Oma Beats,
Double L, Comprehend. One of mine. Don't think you fucking.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, thank you to Comprehend, especially for putting yourself out there.
Yeah, I'm not as switched on as you lot on this. I've learned a lot, and that's the main thing for me. And it's all about.
No, but you're on the front line. You're putting yourself out there, like. A lot of other artists won't do that. You're doing it, so you're out there. So
that's why we welcome into the fold, mate.
you'll be rewarded.
Much love, guys, man. I feel the love here, innit? You lot are sick. All you listeners are sick. Sick questions, sick comments. You lot are sick. Honestly, it's been so fun. Honestly,
welcome to the family, mate. Rise above.
Yeah, man. Much
Rise
love.
above.
Anyway, guys, enjoy the break. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And again, Lance will get started patterned. I'll see you soon. I'll come collect that shirt soon as well. I'll come take a train down to you. I'll come get it.
I'll post it to you, but we'll see. I'll get you down to the studio soon. We'll have a live one.
Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Either way.
All right. Big up, Comprehend. Thank you very much, bro.
Take care.
Rise above, brother.
Peace and love, guys. Peace.
Rise above. Comprehend.
Rise above.
Respect.
Word, power, and sound. Every positive movement, every conversation, every connection, every seed you plant, ripple. Don't let anyone ever tell you that one person can't make a change. Bullshit.
On the dawn of a harvest sun, are we speaking the truth in the sharpest tongue? Feast on a rabbit, served with a garnished lunch. We got the hardest puns. Mind master, trust your ability. NPC is an IQ deficiency. They're living in mental captivity. I'll never submit to these bloodline dynasties. On the dawn of a harvest, crops a song to trade corn with the farmers. Sometimes I want out of this nightmare society, like I was born with the Amish. I've got the formula mastered, claiming our power, there's more to be harnessed. I'm no ordinary artist, try wage war, I'll be forming the armies. EQRA-NOX, that's Equinox. Our essence is infinite, not confined to meat suits or Tesla bots. On the night of a harvest moon, on the dawn of a harvest song, we're telling them welcome to the Equinox. Welcome to the Equinox.
On the night of a harvest moon, I take flight to the farthest tomb. I meditate in the darkest room by the candlelight until the spark exhumes. On the night of a harvest, I see a silhouette hunter hold up a carcass, and he heartbeats a target, and blood trails the ground like red carpet. On the night of a harvest moon, so sacred, silk on an ancient loom. Hooded robes in ritual rooms, pray all night from yesterday's moon. On the night of a harvest, farmers emerge and they set up a market. It's all business regardless, where your loot is bought and sold and bartered.
EQRA-NOX, that's Equinox. Our essence is infinite, not confined to meat suits or Tesla bots. On the night of a harvest moon, on the dawn of a harvest song, we're telling them welcome to the Equinox. Welcome to the Equinox. On the dawn we glance to the east. We ain't scared of the mark of the beast. Performing sacred rituals, nobody but a shaman and me. If they wanna take me out, they better come with at least 33 Schwabi and fleet. Cause I won't go quietly, they're gonna have to do more to silence me. That's the irony, lost in this messed up society. They wanna force their views on our offspring, teaching our children that gender's non-binary. This is social engineering to try fulfill transhuman agenda. Al Gore better come prepared, cause I ain't in the mood to be censored. EQRA-NOX, that's Equinox. Our essence is infinite, not confined to meat suits or Tesla bots. On the night of a harvest moon, on the dawn of a harvest song, we're telling them welcome to the Equinox. Welcome to the Equinox.
I'm a freelance quantum gardener with a homemade combine harvester. So when I see your crops wilting, I got the organic rod that will harden them. This realm rotates in cycles in counter-rotational Solomon spirals. Masons build towers like Eiffel and vortex points to drain your vital. Simulacrums appear cyclical, toroidal electro-spiritual. The holosphere projects physical, the manifestational synergy's mythical. We got problems, parasitical inside this torus field is critical. Henceforth mankind is pitiful. Rise and shine, please explain.